High school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, Buckle Up, Phones Down, Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Serdike Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. It's time for the Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Now, William Holtz and Mike Bissell.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Lake TV's coverage of live high school football. I'm William Holtz alongside the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell for our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show, and it's the Eldon Mustangs and the Osage Indians.
This is a big-time rivalry here in Central Missouri. Did want to mention something just off the top here. You and I both have connections to Eldon a great deal, you know, personal and also business-wise over the years. And I lived in this school district for School of the Osage for 30 years. So this is kind of a tough game for us to broadcast. If you think you're hearing some favoritism, nah, we just call a good play. We're going to call a good play a good play.
Yeah, both teams, lots of ties. And as a matter of fact, over the years, these two teams have played 71
Really?
times. Tonight will be number 72, and we'll lay the foundation, get you ready on our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show after this.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Polylift Boat Lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
And we're back on Lake TV for our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. And, man, high school football week 4, it seems like we just got the season started, but now in the thick of things. And for both of these teams, fast starts. And we'll start with the visiting team, the Eldon Mustangs. Man, 3-0 under the direction of first-year head coach Nick Griffin. And they got to feel really good about their first-year head coach and the direction of this program.
Yeah, they got a good road win last week. I know that they're 0-3. But still, I mean, that's Owensville. That's a tough place to go win. And they've had some crazy games over the years. They had the walk-off a couple of years ago where the ball went off somebody's helmet, caught by an Eldon receiver, ran it in for the win.
Wardenburg, I believe it was, actually.
Wardenburg. And then the 72-69 game, I wish I still had that score sheet. What a mess that was. 72-69 as they beat Owensville in a regular season game, and then played them again in the postseason. And it wasn't that high scoring, but it was up there as well.
Yeah, so for them, Chad Holt, their former head coach, who's going to be at Versailles, and we don't know exactly what happened there, but for them, they bring in first-year head coach Nick Griffin, and man, 3-0, and I think that everyone's pretty excited. And, we had them in week 2 against Versailles, and that was a game that we really thought Eldon was going to probably take care of pretty handily, and it was actually close. But for Eldon, that week 2 win where they just squeaked by as they enter week 4 at 3-0, that was a bigger win than we probably realized at the time.
Yeah, they're in such a competitive district, that is the Eldon Mustangs. I mean, they've had the win over Fulton 35-7. Fulton's 0-3. They beat Versailles 13-12. That's hurt them a bit in their district standings. Versailles did get their first win last week, and then winning at Owensville, who's also 0-3. The Dutchman, usually a pretty good program. That puts them number 4 in the district behind Boonville, Blair Oaks, and Southern Boone. All of those are upcoming conference games, so Eldon certainly has their destiny in their hands they can take care of. That may be a good or bad thing. They've outscored their opponents 76-27. Hallsville, Southern Boone, Blair Oaks, Cali, and Boonville are the remaining games. Now, if the season had ended last week, Eldon would host Knob Noster in the opening round of district play, and that sneaks up on you. You got to keep an eye on that, even though this is only week 4.
Now, as you list the scores of those first 3 games for Eldon, what stands out to me is defensively for them. They've yielded just 27 points all season. The team they've given up the most points to is the Versailles Tigers, which was 12 points, and they've shut out their opponent in at least one of the 2 halves in every week so far this season. And to me, that is big, especially when you consider the fact they played a couple of pretty solid teams.
Yeah, again, Owensville, that's a tough place to go get a win. Fulton's a program that kind of leaves you scratching your head a little bit every now and then. They have some very good athletes, but haven't been able to put it together in recent years. I did get a chance to talk to Coach Griffin for a bit, and I asked him I actually congratulated him on the win up at Owensville. And he said, yeah, we got off to a slow start. He said I had to kick them around a little bit in the locker room at halftime, but they come out and scored 21 unanswered points in the second half and was able to put the game away and, more importantly, get the 13 points in the district points that they need so desperately after having one win by 1 point.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, we talked a little bit about before we went to break, just this used to be and still is a rivalry, but I remember when I was in school, and I didn't really understand why when I went to Eldon, we were taught to absolutely despise Osage and find out as I grew up the same thing on the other side of the ticket. And so it's always been a rivalry where they don't like to lose, and tonight's the 72nd matchup between these two teams, and so many of different big names stand out to you, different memories, different moments. But for Eldon, and talking with some of their media and some of their parents, I mean, at 3-0, they feel confident after looking back at a week ago at that Osage Blair Oaks score that, hey, this is a game they feel like they're going to come in and win. And so you got to love that confidence by people in Eldon.
And it would be a huge win for Eldon because, again, with that point system, that would have Osage at 2-2. This is all suppositional. We'll talk about Osage here in just a moment. But that would have them at 2-2, but you would get extra points for playing up in class, School of the Osage in Class 4, Eldon in Class 3. And in that district that Eldon's in, man, you need all the help you can get.
Yeah, and as we talked about their upcoming schedule, they'll get Hallsville next week and then at Southern Boone in week 6. And Southern Boone and Boonville undefeated. They're playing tonight. That's a game we'll kind of keep an eye on. So we're going to take a commercial break. When we return to our COMC pregame show, we're going to talk about this year's Eldon team. Some of these playmakers, the Beanland boys, and some of their defensive players that really stand out to us after this.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges, Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
And we welcome you back to Lake TV's coverage of live high school football presented by Poly Lift Boat Lifts. I'm William Holtz, joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell. And for week 4, we got a good one for you, the rivalry. Eldon Mustangs, Osage Indians. And if you're just joining us, Eldon at 3-0. They've got some playmakers, and we'll tell you about a few of them. We're going to start with the spotlight player of the game, Evan Beanland, the junior, and he's our Grand Collision Center spotlight player of the game. You look at his numbers there, and 3 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns, and something I didn't see up there on screen, I didn't put it up there, but 4 interceptions. And that's something that's big for me through the first 3 weeks, because even though Eldon is 3-0 so far, turnover is going to be a huge key tonight. So when I look at Evan Beanland, he's a really good runner, and he can absolutely be that dual threat guy and throw the football. But 4 turnovers through 3 weeks, those are something they're going to have to limit as far as the Mustangs are concerned, because as for their opponent, which we'll tell you about, they thrive on takeaways. And so we had him in week 2. What stands out to you about the junior signal caller for the Mustangs?
I went over and watched the Jamboree over at Warsaw and got a chance to see him really for the first time over there. And you have to remember Hunter Hess. 1, 2, 3, 4-year starter. There wasn't anybody else getting any snaps for Eldon. So Evan Beanland was really kind of just getting thrown into it. Was just getting thrown into the fire there without really any opportunity to have played at the varsity level before. And one thing that jumped out at me over at the Jamboree, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, Coach Griffin was talking to him about his technique. He was getting up on his front foot to throw instead of weight back and following through. And I think he's just going to continue to build on that as the season goes along and he gets more experience.
Yeah, and we like him, that dual threat. His cousin Andrew Beanland, he's back after missing last week, the tailback, and, he's going to get a lot of carries. But you look at this lineup, and Jalen Beckman, I mean, he's had a good year, not just catching the football. He's had a rushing touchdown. He has 2 interceptions defensively. But someone that we haven't talked about a lot is Devin Hardy. Yeah. Kind of like the X Factor. You kind of compare him to the Dante Hall-esque player. And he's a guy that, I don't know, just kind of feel like he might have a game tonight.
He's what, 5'6", 5'7", maybe 140 pounds with all of his equipment on. No fear at all. I mean, this kid's just got a nose for the ball. We've loved watching him play the last couple of years, not only in football, but during the basketball season as well. And that team speed for Eldon, when I watched them over at the Jamboree, that's what really jumped out at me. And they did great in track last year. And you talk about Jalen Beckman and his parents. I mean, they were both exceptional athletes for their schools. Man, oh man, Beckman can flat run. So you've got to know where he's at on the field, because Beanland's quite capable of getting him the ball deep.
Yeah, and in that game we had week 2 against First Sales, he had a really big game. He had the touchdown that ended up deciding the game on the deflected pass that he ended up hauling in. And then defensively, he had a takeaway in that game as well. So Jalen Beckman, will keep an eye out for him. And then the senior linebacker, Eric Krantz, number 44, leads the team in tackles. And we saw his lateral speed on full display week 2, so you'll look for him to make a difference. Now, for the Indians, 2-1. They got off to a fast start. We had them in week 1. They shut out Bolivar 35-0. They win in week 2, big at Moberly, and then Blair Oaks loses week 2. They enter week 3 at 1-1. Everyone's like, look, here's the year Osage is going to beat them. Well, not so fast. A little bit of a reality check last week for the Indians.
Yeah, more than a little bit. Blair Oaks, I mean, if they lose a game, that's front page news in Central Missouri.
Uh-oh.
But to get beat by 30, that's something that it just simply doesn't happen. And just bad scheduling for a school, the Osage, they happened to play against Blair Oaks the week after they got beat by 30 by Lutheran North.
Yeah, and so that ended up being a game that you see that score, like a lot of those Eldon people who feel good, and Blair Oaks kind of came out for a vengeance, and so they got throttled last week big time. A lot of people get throttled against the Blair Oak Falcons, and so for them, they don't score at all. Coming into that game, they had been beating up on their opponents. Their defense had been strong. They were averaging 3.5 takeaways a game, and so for the Indians, they want to prove that they're not a fluke. They want to prove that last week was just a 1 week, and when we return here on Lake TV, we'll talk with head coach Shannon Jolly.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
Osage head coach Shannon Jolly back here at home, coach. 2-1, but you got the rival Eldon Mustangs. How's it looking coming into tonight's game?
Well, I tell you, it's been a long week, just trying to put the pieces back together after a loss last week. So, I think we're in a good spot. I think our kids are ready to go, and hopefully we'll give these guys a good game.
So you come in here against the Mustangs. You've been on both sides of this, and I know you're all business, but does it mean a little bit more when these two teams get to collide?
Not anymore. At some point you get to, it's been, 10 years or whatever. I got a ton of respect for the folks in Eldon that were partnershiped up when I was there. But, now it's just about a week 4 opponent and trying to get ahead. But, they've done a good job. They come in here at 3-0. And so being the underdog at home is a tough place to be, but we're going to try to do the best we can.
When you look at this year's Mustang team, they've been really tough defensively. How does your offense get going and find a way to get some points on the board?
Just make sure the fundamentals are good, quarterback, center exchanges, those types of things, and just make sure we secure the football and try to get some long, sustained drives and, take care of the time of possession.
Very good. Now, if you could, I'd say factor in on 1 or 2 things that you need your team to do tonight to get the W, what would those things be?
We just need to play super physical and make sure that we're in the right place and everybody's getting to the ball on defense. And, other than that, if we just play as hard as we can, I feel like we'll, give these guys a good contest.
Coach, this is the second time I've seen you this year. This is actually the second best mood I've seen you in this year. But where would you rather be than right here, right now?
It's kind of hard to imagine being anywhere else right now, especially with you. But I'm thinking of a couple places. Thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate you guys.
Osage head coach Shannon Jolly. I was trying to get...
You're braver than I am. I will say that right up front. He didn't care about talking to me at all tonight.
Yeah, and you never know what you're going to get from Shannon Jolly. He's all business. And when you look at his team, he thought, man, they did not answer the call. They really fell asleep, got a little arrogant, if you will, as far as entering 2-0, going in to play the powerhouse Blair Oaks, and he wasn't happy with them. And, we don't want to allude to too much, but we know there's a couple of key starters that aren't going to start tonight. Now, one of those being our spotlight player of the game, Noah Stevens. When we had the opener, man, I loved what I saw from him. He only got a couple of touches. One was for a 22-yard touchdown run, and one was for a touchdown catch. So Noah Stevens comes in. I loved what I saw from him, but we're going to see some younger guys get an opportunity to step up into the role. And one guy that will be playing, their junior signal caller, Maverick Trusty. And, man, for them to have a shot against the 3-0 Mustangs with some of those younger guys into those key spots, Maverick Trusty, he's going to have to play well tonight.
Yeah, we see a lot of the rollout passes with him, and I understand what they're trying to do with it. They're trying to give him a little bit of extra time to get a good look at the field and read the defense. But just imagine, say you're a left cornerback and you're on the wide side of the field and you see the quarterback running your way. Okay, now unless that's John Elway in his prime with his arm strength, I'm not looking at any move going back to the middle of the field. I know the guy's either going to post up or he's going to break out, because that's the only way the quarterback can throw it with anything on it or any kind of accuracy. So I'm playing the outside. If he posts up, I'm going to be uptight, but I'm playing only one move, and that's to the outside.
Yeah, and for this Mustang defense, I mean, they're going to have a shot tonight. I mean,
with their speed,
yeah, they've done a great job of the game. We've seen the teams they've played. They've limited them from scoring. I mean, when I said that, it's almost hard to believe that they've shut out their opponent in a half all season so far, at least 1.5. That game against Versailles, both of those scores were late. But so if Osage, with a few of those key players not getting the start, if they don't get off to a fast start, I mean, Eldon could build that momentum and get a couple score lead and look out. I mean, this is an Eldon team that's pretty savvy. And when you talk about Evan Beanland in there at quarterback, these guys get better as the night progresses.
And I think one thing that we really have to consider here in a close game is how big a deal the kicking game is for School of the Osage. I mean, they can kick it out of the end zone. They can make a long field goal. That's a big key. Taking a quick look at the district situation for Osage, man, they are in deep in that district. They're number 5 in their district with a 2-1 record behind Hannibal, Kirksville, Fort Zumwalt South, and Warrenton. Now, Osage will not play any of these schools in the regular season, so they're going to have to do it on their own. They've outscored their opponents 74-48. If the season had ended last week, Osage would play their opening round district game at Hannibal against the Pirates.
Okay, so as we start trying to get a little more familiar and accustomed to all the new districts and conferences and where these teams could play, you do such a nice job of keeping us kind of up to date on those districts, but kind of seems like it's always changing. And now for some of these schools, we'll see more changes, as we alluded to with Versailles, kind of an appeal currently, but be interesting to see with these. It's not. That's going to stand. So
yeah, what we're talking about, there was a clerical error with Versailles when they entered last April. Their population for their high school, they're in a class. They should be in Class 2. They're playing in Class 3, and it's not only Class 3. It's a brutal district that Versailles is in. So it's going to be a tough way to go for them in postseason.
So as we talk about the hometown Osage Indians, we're just minutes away from our national anthem. If you're just joining us, you didn't hear I said they have 8 takeaways this year. They only had 1 last week against Blair Oaks, but 7 entering week 3, man. They love to go after the football. And some of those guys in that defense, man, they're savvy. They're coming into their 2nd or 3rd year starting. And one kid that we really love was Jaden Wilkes, and he's going to be out there. Such good lateral speed. He had double-digit tackles in that week 1 game. So such an exciting game tonight as far as both teams, man. Such a big difference between 4-0 and 3-1, or 3-1 and 2-2 for both of these teams. So we'll take I guess we'll direct our attention to the field for our national anthem. Away from kickoff. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
As we welcome you back here on senior night at School of the Osage for week 4 of the high school football season. It's Lake TV's coverage of Lake area high school football. Mike, our second trip here to School of the Osage, and here come the Indians.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they'll take the 6-minute break. I had 99 degrees on my car coming through Osage Beach just a little bit before 5 o'clock to get here this evening. Yeah, they take the 6-minute break when it's as warm as it is right now, and it's just brutal out there for these kids. You really feel for them, but they'll take that break in the middle of the quarter and let them get some extra hydration, just a chance to catch their breath. I think it really kind of disrupts the flow of the game a lot. I mean, if you got a great drive going, all of a sudden stop. But it's got to be done. It's got to be done. You want to take care of these kids as best as you possibly can, and they'll continue to do this. Now, hopefully next week it'll be about 65 degrees at kickoff, where it probably should be. But it's hot here tonight, and these kids are going to have to be really watched closely.
Sure, and this is your Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. And, of course, now we told you about last week, 42-0 against Blair Oaks, and you don't want to spend too much time focusing on one week, a really good team. But one thing I noticed was that between Aiden Williams and Jason Colonius, the two-headed monster in the backfield for Osage, 19 carries, 42 yards. That's really impressive defensively for Blair Oaks, and for them, Aiden Williams, he's not going to start tonight, so you're going to have Drake Williams, his younger brother, the junior, starting at tailback, and Jason Colonius at that fullback position. They're going to have to play big because we've seen Eldon's front man, both sides of the ball, they're disciplined, they're big, and they will fire off the snap. So for Osage, they're going to have their work cut out for them up front.
I think you'll see both teams, the defensive coordinators, really make an attempt to rotate as many defensive linemen in. Now, there's some stars. I mean, you can't take them out of the game at a high school level, but you do have depth with both these teams, and I think it's going to come to play. And again, I'll say, to me, this game can be close enough. I love the kicker for Osage, Brady Clark, man. I mean, he can do some things, and he's a weapon that a lot of schools at the high school level simply don't have. He can make a 40-yarder.
Yeah, and we've seen in warm-up, I mean, 40-yard, it seems like chip shot for him. I'd actually love to see, like, how far he can kick because, you know, you don't get to see that, as you alluded to, at this level. You remember a handful of years ago in Eldon, they had a young man, I can't remember his name, but, man, he could kick. It wasn't Levi Shin, but before him even, there was a young man who could just, Rodriguez, I believe it was, but he could just boot the ball. Maybe it was Ren. It wasn't Ren Rodriguez.
Okay, he was the receiver. Yeah.
You say Ren Rodriguez, and he's an former Eldon Mustang, and you know he was playing with the Ozark Lunkers.
I knew that.
And if you're wondering what the Ozark Lunkers are, that's the semi-pro professional football team down in Springfield, Missouri.
Thomas, was that the kickers? I know the guy. I know him too. I can't think of his name. So we're about ready for the coin toss here. The players all know each other. That's one thing that really adds something to this rivalry. These school districts are contiguous. A lot of these kids work in places together during the summer. They play like a lot of summer sports together. They know each other. It should be a lot of fun here tonight.
Look at our rush. You got anything? Okay. Good luck. Thanks, Coach. Good luck. Okay, I've got a head.
That's good.
I've got a tail. I've got a head. I've got a tail. What are you going to call?
Good.
Tails. What's he going to call?
Tails.
You're going to call tails. I'm going to flip it, catch it. If I drop it, we'll do it again.
Yes, sir.
It is a tail. It is a tail. You want to toss. You want to receive. Yes, which way you want to kick?
We want to kick that way.
Okay. Right here. Right there. We will receive. Hey, John.
You through me? Okay,
yep, all good now.
Okay, I'm going to pull the table over here, bro.
Yes, sir.
Good pregame.
So we are set for kickoff here on Lake TV. It's the Osage Indians at 2-1 on senior night, welcoming in the rival from Eldon, the 3-0 Mustangs. This is the conclusion of tonight's Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. We'll take one last short commercial break and be right back with Lake TV's high school football, presented by Polylift Boat Lifts.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
And it's time for high school football on Lake TV. I'm William Holst, joined by the Hall of Famer, Mike Bissell. And Mike, we're going to get a look at Brady Clark, set to kick off for Osage, and really like this young man.
Yeah, he's a legitimate kicker. Eldon may be a little bit too close if he decides to get in one.
And a good one here, and going to be fielded by Devin Hardy at the 5-yard line, and good coverage by the Indians. That's Drake Williams in there with a really sound tackle at the 14-yard line, and that's where Eldon starts with it. First down and 10.
William, that's such a weapon. I mean, how many guys can hang the ball up at the 5-yard line, kicking from their own 40 at the high school level? I mean, that Eldon wanted the ball. They won the opening toss. They wanted the ball to try to establish their offense here early on.
So first down and 10 at the 15-yard line, and as you said, just great kick, allowing the coverage to get down there, and down there they did. First down, Beanland throws into the flat, has his target. Nice job going and getting it, number 42. Yeah, Brendan Wilden, the junior, goes down and gets it, just a 4-yard gain. But Mike, second down and 6 is so much different as far as your game plan opposed to second down and 10. So that's a great play. And now Hill gets spelled and rush off to the sideline.
Now, Wilden was open in the flat and little combination route there on the trips to the right side. They're going to just go empty backfield here.
Yeah, I kind of like it. That's Evan Beanland, the junior, as you said, empty backfield. Takes the snap, looks to his left, now going to roll that way. Throws a little high into the air and incomplete. 2 chances at it. First one landed Childs, and then Drake Williams almost came down with it. Luckily for the Mustangs, it falls harmlessly to the turf to bring up third down and 6.
And Arrowwood had a shot at it too after the second set of hands. Looked like a volleyball set there for a moment. And again, Eldon coming out passing the ball, not really showing the running game at all. They've been empty on all plays, and they'll stay empty. No, they've got a running back in this time.
So third down and 6 here in the early going, and I believe that's Logan Beanland in the backfield. Into the flat. That is a great throw. Caught, first down yardage. Childs makes the stop, but that's a Beck Wellness Center first down, and really great ball as Devin Hardy, I believe, comes down with the first down. And I'll tell you what, Mike, what a throw. By the time Devin Hardy turned around, the ball was in the breadbasket. He had no choice but to catch it.
He kind of caught that in the crook of his right arm. It didn't really hit him right in the hands, but it was right there. And he's a senior, and he's got a lot of experience and made the catch for Eldon and the first down.
Great play on third down, knew right where those sticks were, right back to it as Beanland rolls to his right, throws back across his body, and it's Hardy once again. He's got big yardage across the 45. Another Beck Wellness Center first down, and we love Devin Hardy. I thought he might be a target. I mean, he's a senior, Mike, and we haven't seen a lot of him so far this season.
I think Osage may need to make an adjustment in their defense. They're spying Evan Beanland, which takes somebody out of the coverage. And Eldon, when they go spread, that's well, they're going to get somebody open with the speed they have across the board.
Great recognition here in the early going by Coach Nick Griffin. Over the middle, great ball, and that is caught right through a very narrow window and making the play. That's number 29, Colin Brisbane, the sophomore. We love what we saw from Brisbane week 2 against Versailles, and really great catch. He didn't have a lot of time to make that play. As you get another look at this, right between Colonius and Williams, a dime from Evan Beanland.
Yeah, that was a tight window to be throwing into, and that's a good gain on first down. Eldon has not run the ball yet, and that looks like an illegal formation.
And we're going to
you can see the coach is not happy. He had somebody who was not, they didn't have the left tackle covered, and it would have been procedure. He had to waste a timeout.
So Eldon burns the timeout to prevent the penalty flag. We'll take our first commercial break and be right back on Lake TV.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Back here on Lake TV, where Eldon, they want the football first. They win the toss and elect to receive, and on their opening drive, convert on a 3rd down and 6, and a couple of first downs later. Now they're into Osage territory, 2nd down and 3, but they did just burn their first time out to prevent a penalty flag. So 2nd down and 3 now, as we welcome you back to Lake TV's Game of the Week, presented by Poly Lift Boat Lifts.
Watch, Beckman's got single coverage out here.
Little jump pass. He has Beanland from Beanland, and here goes Andrew Beanland inside the 30. He's going to score. Inside the 10 to the house, and they're going to spot him down at the 1-yard line. I stand corrected. Good effort defensively for Osage, but Andrew Beanland is unbelievably quick. Once he has that edge, it's a whole nother level, Mike.
Yeah, that was incredible. I thought there was no way anybody was going to get there, but DePay hustled from all the way across the field to get there and save the touchdown. But 1st and goal and very short for the Eldon Mustangs.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, so far, Evan Beanland has been so quick, so deliberate with that pass. He has been effective in 1st down and goal from the 1. Wildcat formation. Andrew Beanland takes the snap. Oh, it's on the turf, and oh, look out.
I think Osage got that. That's going to be Drake Williams covering that ball. That's a bad snap. And
what a play by Andrew Beanland to keep possession for the Mustangs.
How did DePay not have that? He had it for a second, and I think maybe Beanland took it back away from him, or the officials are calling simultaneous possession. And if it's simultaneous possession, it stays with the offense.
Well, yeah, that was a great effort. First, Andrew Beanland should have just fallen on it, tried to pick it up, allowing Drake Williams to have an opportunity, but Andrew Beanland has the final say, maintaining possession, but it is a 10-yard loss. 2nd down and goal from the 11. Beanland, the hand to Brisbane, and he's going to be swung backward at about the 10-yard line. Modest gain, and I didn't see what Indian was in there first, but it was a great tackle to bring up 3rd down and goal from the 10.
I think Drake Williams has been all over the place, was helping out on that tackle as well. Boy, what a turn of events here. I don't remember really much about Eldon's kicking game. You can't assume anything at the high school level. Right now, that'd be a 27-yard field goal attempt if they can't advance the ball any further on 3rd and goal.
Are they doing updates on championship scores too?
So 3rd down and goal. Shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Beanland going to roll to his right. Under pressure, look out. Eludes the first guy. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Steps back. Beanland overshoots his target. Great job extending the play. He probably could have kept it and scored. He was looking for Hardy in the back end zone. Just a little too much mustard on it, Mike. But did it look like he could have kept that and scored?
It looked like it. There was a couple of kids there. Again, Drake Williams with great closing speed. But he had to honor the pass because the man was open. But what a great job for him just to get away from the pass rush. And here's a field goal attempt.
Devin Hardy in to attempt the 26-yard field goal. The kick is up, and it is short. to the right. No good. So with 7:47 left, Osage's defense, they bend, but they don't break. And, Mike, they benefit from a high snap on first down and goal, a 10-yard loss, and Eldon never able to recover from that first down miscue.
And Eldon ran the ball down the field. Actually, that's a misnomer. They didn't run the ball down the field. They passed it down the field. They were 5 of 6 passing down to that first and goal. The one did not run the ball at all. But that snap that got away, well, that's a big turning point in this game. No points out of that beautiful drive by Eldon.
And I know it's early, but that could prove huge in this ball game. First and goal from the 1 on your opening series, and you end up with 0 points. So Osage now from their own 20-yard line. Give to Jason Colonius. Great job recognizing the ball carrier by the Eldon defense, and that closes quickly, and they're leading the way. Jalen Beckman for Eldon.
I think there's a lot of times, too, and there's teams like this, you see this, you could just say 44 Eric Krantz, and you have a very good chance of being right on the tackle as well. He was there along with others, and as you mentioned, Beckman to make that tackle.
Yeah, I love what I saw from him in week 2 defensively, Mike. You're right. Almost every time he's in or near the play defensively, he has got a motor. Second down and 10. This time it's Drake Williams. The other side tries to bounce outside. He will. Good burst of speed for Drake Williams. Across midfield, look at him go. Inside the 30. Drake Williams inside the 5 to the house. Touchdown. 90 yards to pay dirt. 80 yards. The junior filling in for the senior, Aiden Williams. He gets the start, and in his first touch of the night, Mike, 80-yard score.
I wonder if he, as he ran by his bench there on the far sideline, I wonder if he looked over at his brother and said, hey, man, this is how it's done right here. Just outrunning everybody. The lineman didn't have a chance. The weak side coming across just couldn't get there. Drake Williams made some nice plays on defense. Now cashes in a touchdown on a 79-yard run.
Wow. Impressive start, and Brady Clark in to attempt the extra point. Landon Childs, the hold. The kick is up. It is true. And Osage strikes first with 6:54 left on the legs of the junior, Drake Williams, from 79 yards out. Wow, we welcome you back, Mike, and it goes from first down and goal from the 1 for Eldon to less than a minute off the clock in an 80-yard touchdown run for the junior, Drake Williams.
Yeah, you got to give credit to the offensive line, too. Landon Robbins did a great job at left tackle, sealing there, and then Drake Williams just outran the coverage to the corner. And I guess a couple of kids took a bad angle or didn't think that he could outrun the pursuit to the corner. And then once he was free on that sideline and squared his shoulders up, he was gone.
So Brady Clark in to attempt the kickoff, rather. Fielded by Andrew Beanland inside the 5-yard line.
Got a gap.
Yeah, he does. And Andrew Beanland now, he's got the kicker to beat, and Brady Clark makes the stop. But it's Andrew Beanland, another big play. Remember, his 46-yard catch and run set up the Mustangs. First down and goal from the 1. They couldn't cash in, and this time he sets his offense up with great starting field position.
And Brady Clark was the safety, and it looked to me like Beanland really could have cut back, but was more intent on taking on the tackler than he was of simply trying to take it all the way. He sees the field from where he's at better than I ever could up here, but that was an impressive return. And you see the speed that Eldon has.
So first down and 10, ball's the 49-yard line, and we're going to have the Bruce and Kelly penalty flag, the first one of the game on the false start against the Mustangs. So quick start to this one, Mike. We've had big play, big defensive stop, big play, and big kick return. So good luck catching your breath in the early going tonight.
Yeah, these kids, it just amazes me that they can take care of themselves and keep it going in this heat here tonight. This is really kind of crazy for this is the last day of summer, isn't it? Doesn't it switch over to what they call fall? I don't know if that really matters much anymore. They'll take the 6-minute break here in just a moment, I would believe. Hardy to the near side has single coverage.
So 6:25 left, first down and 15 after the penalty flag. Calling his own number is Evan Beanland, and he runs into a wall. First man there, Grant Wilson, the junior for the Indians.
And away from the ball, Devin Hardy clocked one of the officials. He was showing that he was going to run a slant, trying to get a linebacker to go with him maybe, and ran right into an official. Everybody's okay.
So now, after the 3-yard gain, we'll have our 6-minute official break. So we'll take a commercial break with the Indians out in front by a score of 7-0.
Thinking about tackling your next project? The work won't do itself. You need a +1, a machine to work like a pro with effortless precision every time. Get the #1 selling Kubota compact tractor from Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. The Kubota L-Series doesn't let anything stand in its way. Use this machine to push, pull, lift, and mow. Just don't forget to pull the trailer home. Visit our website to see our Kubota custom packages to get moving today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
We'll keep you up to date with a couple other teams, Camdenton and Versailles. Camdenton hosting Helias tonight. Helias is 3-0. That's going to be a tough one for the Lakers. Versailles getting their first win last week. They'll be at El Dorado Springs, and we'll get scores from that as well.
So on 2nd down and 12, as we welcome you back, Evan Beanland takes the snap out of the gun. Steps up in the pocket. It's closing quickly. Now he throws and airmails his intended target. Great pressure in there, and leading the way, Jaden Wilkes forces the errant throw from Evan Beanland to force 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, good pressure. Beanland, a good job initially to avoid the rush. Somebody got a free run at him. He had to break out of the pocket. Maybe a throw he probably shouldn't have made there, really getting hit as he threw the ball. That could have hung up a little bit more, and DePay was out there as well. But he's getting one-on-one coverage on the outside, and with that team speed.
Yeah, look out here on 3rd down and 12. If they can connect, you're right, Mike, we've seen it once already, and Beanland's converted on a handful of throws here in the early going.
I think they're keeping it back in the block.
Going to throw the other way, and not on the same page was Brisbane and Evan Beanland. So good job defensively, and Osage getting pressure is forcing Evan Beanland to get uncomfortable and not be able to go through his progressions, Mike.
Yeah, and he was, even if he'd have caught that ball, he was very close to the line of scrimmage, and Eldon had all kinds of linemen downfield. Now they're lined up like they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, we've seen Eldon do this. They send Evan Beanland back about 5 yards, and if no one's back,
yeah.
And then look, good recognition here in running back for Osage is number 18, Carter Lynch. He's going to field it, and good coverage, but good job by Lynch as Hardy makes the stop, and I guess Lynch didn't call for the fair catch.
I don't see any flags. I guess that's a pretty good assumption to make in this case. So Osage backed up, but they've shown the big play capability here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, not only that, Mike, but how big is that here on senior night? You get backed up against the wall, the opponent who you don't like much, they've got it 1st and goal at your 1-yard line, and you benefit from the fumble, but at that point you flex, you get the stop, and your offense now, 1 series in, is up 7-0. So let's see if Osage can build on this early lead.
And they stayed with Drake Williams in the backfield, but this is Colonius.
He gets outside for a modest gain, and yeah, Drake Williams, if you're just joining us, his first touch on that last possession, 80 yards to pay dirt, and it took him about a half second to get there and cover it.
Yeah, they run a lot of counters with, and they'll pull the offside guard. That is School of the Osage. Didn't get that one blocked. Colonius is just a jack of all trades. He can catch the ball as a good blocker in passing situations. They run the split back veer.
So on 2nd down and 7, Williams gets his next carry, and Eldon closes quickly, and nothing doing here. Going to bring up third down now for Osage.
Yeah, they had about 5 guys in on that tackle, wanted a piece of it. Brody Beanland probably led the way there, number 23.
So third down and 8. Actually lost a yard on that carry. So Eldon, they'd love to get back to their offense.
Now Osage goes to a spread.
Yeah, out of the shotgun, and I wonder how long it'll be before we get our first look at Aiden Williams, if at all. Throw into the flat, and not enough mustard on it. He was looking for Hunter Schreiman, the sophomore, Mike, and looked like he had a little room out there, but not enough on it. Going to bring up fourth down and 8 and 8.
I don't think Maverick maybe felt a little rushed there because he didn't really get that back foot planted and step into the throw. He had the man out in the flat, Schreierman, but no go, and here's the punt.
So a lot of fireworks there, and then after that big kick return, it kind of fizzles out a little. Back-to-back punts now as Maverick Trusty, a low one, look out, and it takes a Osage bounce, but not a great one, so that's going to be fielded at the 49-yard line, a 34-yard punt, and Eldon has it first down and 10 at their own 49-yard line, Mike, and they probably let out a sigh of relief. After that last series, they don't get anywhere. Now they get it back trailing just 7-0.
Yeah, you're going to get tested on the corners by Osage. And again, the offside pulling guard gets out in front and gets a good block. But that time, I think they got surprised by Drake Williams' speed a little bit. And they probably didn't. They're probably expecting Aiden Williams to be out there. Now, Aiden will get to the corner, but he has to go through people to get there.
Sure. So first down and 10. Brisbane in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff from Beanland. A nice play, Jason Colonius, and look out, he took a shot from Schreiman, but great piece of tackling by the senior, Jason Colonius.
Boy, the Eldon Mustangs, as proficient as they were throwing the ball here in the first quarter, they've not been able to run the ball at all. Negative yards, as a matter of fact, -5 with that bad snap, took 10 yards off, but only 5 positive yards on 3 other carries.
So not the formula we're used to seeing from Eldon, at least in recent years, but Evan Beanland with his arms so far tonight. Second down and 10 now. A little up and under.
Got the cross.
Has his man. He's got Andrew Beanland, stays on his feet. Close to first down yardage and just shy, going to have about 9, but man, he's a tough tackle, huh?
Yeah, he didn't want to go down, and that was pretty good form on the tackle as well, the attempted tackle as well, but he was able to keep his form. He was open on the crossing pattern and got a couple of extra yards up close to a first down.
Stand corrected, that was Cody Brown, the junior, who made the catch and run for 9, bringing up third down and 1. Ball's at the 42-yard line of Osage. Empty backfield for Eldon. In motion now is Andrew Beanland. That's going to be a lateral. Beanland tripped up, does have close to first down yardage. Great job defensively. Little extracurricular activity, and everybody with an acting job going on. Andrew Beanland.
You know,
that?
If this was hockey, that'd been 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike, taking a flop there. But
yeah,
he was just joking around. The officials let it slide. Yeah.
Well, one of the Osage players flopped. And so after Beanland, Andrew Beanland got a little bit of a shoulder push, and they didn't call anything. He tried his attempt at a flop, and that was theatrical and rather funny, if I do say so myself. So first down and 10 now, as Eldon does get the Beck Wellness Center first down.
This time they get 2 backs in the backfield.
Beanland gets the snap, and he's going to carry his defender for about 4 yards inside the 35-yard line.
Brisbane with a good lead block there from the fullback position, as Eldon, decent yardage on first down, trying to get this game even up.
Great shot down the sideline from Lake TV's Sean Kober. We appreciate the shots he provides all night, Mike. Not many as good as him in the business, are there?
No, he's got just a great sense of where the action is and has the camera pointed in the right direction. Brisbane checks back in, and Eldon's made an adjustment. They're going with 2 backs now after going empty most of the first quarter.
Krantz back there as well.
Fumble.
Ball's on the turf, and Osage recovers. Number 15, Johnny on the spot. Isaac Williams, the senior, the 9th Osage takeaway of the season, and gives it back to the Osage offense with a 7-0 lead. And we'll get another look at it, Mike. Just not on the same page was Evan Beanland and his tailback.
Yeah, and it looked like Evan was more intent on getting himself in a position to make it look like he was going to, that was play action, and he was going to throw the ball, and he just didn't make the connection.
Maverick Trusty on first down, little play action. They're looking to take a shot into the flat. He's got his tight end, Landon Hall, inside the 40. Solid play down to the 35-yard line. It's a 29-yard Beck Wellness Center first down as they spotted at the 34-yard line. Big pitch and catch, and Landon Hall gets the reception, the senior, his first touch tonight.
And a good block, and I think it was Colonius on the weak side pressure. There was somebody had a free run. We'll see it here on the replay. Well, it's a little bit late on that, but had plenty of time to get the ball out to Hall, but a great block by Colonius to set the play up for Maverick to get the pass out to Hall.
Yeah, big gainer, 29 yards, I believe, officially, down to the 34-yard line. Here's Drake Williams with the carry, keeps those legs churning, still on his feet, and the slew of Eldon defenders stop him.
Caleb Smitherman was pulling there and got a good trap block on the outside, but Eldon just pursued extremely well from the inside out there and stopped that for a very, very short gain.
So inside, 40 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. Eldon started with the football, got all the way down to the Osage 1, never capitalized. Eldon watched Osage take the ball, and it was Drake Williams from 80 yards. That's our only score here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 9 now for Osage. Ball's on the ground, look out, and Maverick Trusty very wisely falls on that one, goes for a 2-yard loss, but limiting the damage there was the junior.
Yeah, just pulled away from center a little bit too quick. It looked like they were trying to get that sweep to the left side, and we played one quarter snappily, just went right by, and it's 7-0. School of the Osage over Eldon.
We'll be back on Lake TV with your game of the week, presented by Poly Lift Boat Lifts.
High school football on Lake TV is presented by Poly Lift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, Buckle Up, Phones Down, Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Sir Dyke Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
And we're back here on Lake TV as we get a look at the Osage Indians cheerleaders on senior night, and I believe those ones with the sash would probably indicate your senior cheerleaders, but then again, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. It probably means something completely different.
Yeah, I'm not going to speculate there. That's not my area of expertise.
All right, very good.
Assuming I have one.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're still waiting for the verdict on if I even have an area of expertise. But for Osage, they've been strong defensively here through one quarter of play. They've got a takeaway, a stop on 4th down and goal, and so it's Maverick Trusty in the offense with it 3rd down and 11. Third down and 11. Drake Williams with the carry, a stiff arm, here he goes, inside the 30, inside the 20, inside the 5, to the house, Drake Williams. That's the 2nd tonight, this one from 33 yards out, and with just his 4th carry of the night, Mike, he's already over the century-yard mark.
Yeah, just elite speed here as we see the extra point coming up for Brady Clark, but you saw the stiff arm there as we had the camera work just covering it perfectly on the sweep, and it was just a very simple play, and he just made it work with that speed and the cutback at the end.
Yeah, great patience and the cutback. So it's the Drake Williams show tonight on Lake TV as Brady Clark comes in and drills the extra point into target down the road. So with 11:50 left in the 2nd quarter, Osage doubles their lead 14-0.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
We welcome you back as you look at our Ozark Homes fan cam and the Osage Indians. They're faithful, a lot to be excited about here in the early going. And Mike, how about the play call? 3rd down and 11 and you run off tackle?
Yeah, it's pretty conservative, but I think that goes back to their kicker, Brady Clark. I mean, you feel that he could make that field goal for you there, and they really don't feel terribly comfortable with their passing game right now.
And there's a mishap on the kickoff. They were looking for the shallow potential turnover, but goes out of bounds for the Bruce and Kelly penalty flag, and it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 35-yard line for Eldon.
I'm going to just call that a 5-yard penalty. I don't know how to score that. Anyway, you look at the line for Drake Williams, and it's just kind of crazy, really. 1, 79, 0, 2, and 35, and the big numbers were both touchdowns. Wow.
For Eldon now, I mean, we've seen the passing game get going a little bit. Evan Beanland's been completing the short ones. He's looked pretty precise, but for Eldon, they've got to get a drive that's sustained. They've got to eat some time off of this clock. Not that they want to eat it all, but they've got to give this defense a rest, and they've got to wear down this Osage defense here. 1st down and 10.
Well, they've certainly changed their early philosophy here.
Low throw, and Hardy goes down and, yeah, makes the play. No, the umpire comes in from behind and says no good, or maybe the back judge. So incomplete brings up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, after starting out 5 of 6 now, several incompletions here. Maybe just rush that one a little bit. Hardy was open on the out, and the pass was just a little bit low. Now, you want that deep out pass. You want it down, but not at ground level like that.
The score update from our friends at Celerity Media Group. 7-3. Elias struck first on a long touchdown, and Camdenton gets back within 4 with a field goal. So 7-3 your score in that one. 14-0 here. Osage out in front. Eldon now 2nd down and 10. Beanland, clean pocket, has Hardy. Nice little cut back inside the 40, and that closes quickly. Has about 8 up to about the 43-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and short for Eldon.
Got an update from El Dorado Springs. Versailles trailing Eldo by a score of 9-8 with 52 seconds left in the 1st quarter play. Those two teams had a couple of really exciting district games a few years back, so they've got a little bit of a history there.
3rd down and 3. Eldon needs a 1st down here in the worst way. And how about Versailles after that opening blowout to Knob Noster? They've made every single minute count so far since then. Now 3rd down and short, pocket closing quickly, and down goes Evan Beanland. Guess who? Jaden Wilkes, the junior, with the quarterback sack, drops him for a loss of 6.
Yeah, I think you got to give that sack to DePay. DePay with a great job on the coverage on the outside. Here's the blitz coming up the middle, and it was picked up initially with good blocking, but DePay had the coverage on the outside and was able to give Wilkes a chance to get there for the sack.
Yeah, Jaden Wilkes, at least his 2nd sack of the year, had one in the opener, at least one, if not more. Now 4th down and 9. Beanland drops back a few yards and back for Osage.
Carter Lynch, and it's blocked.
And that is either a bad snap or a block. So Osage got through and blocked it.
Yeah, I looked down for a second, to be honest with you, but regardless, it's a turnover and great field position here for, well, that was blocked.
They just kicked right into the back of one of the linemen.
And covered up there and covered up nicely, hustling on special teams for Osage, number 79. That's Grant Wilson. So everything is, the bounces have all certainly gone Osage's way here in the 1st half, and well, they've taken advantage of it.
And now they have it 1st down and 10 at the Eldon 35-yard line.
Big hole off left tackle.
Jason Colonius inside the 20, inside the 5, to the house, touchdown. Jason Colonius from the 35-yard line scampers in, and Osage starting to pour it on, Mike. They lead 20-0, and how about the hole and the cutback from the senior?
Landon Robbins, the left tackle, and the left guard, Grant Wilson. Nice combo block. Hall, the tight end, helping out as well, too. And out ahead of the play, Noah Stevens got a piece of a cornerback, and, well, that was just way too easy.
Yeah, 35-yard score. Brady Clark in to attempt the extra point. It's good. And with 10:07 left in the second quarter, Osage up 21-0.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades. To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Osage making quick work of it when they get the football that time. One play, 35 yards on the legs of the senior, Jason Colonius. And Brady Clark now tries the short, shallow kick again. And once again, it goes out of play. Very wisely fielding it with his foot out of bounds, Devin Hardy. So back to the 35-yard line. And so far for Osage, that's about the only thing they've done wrong.
And I like what they're trying to do there, too. But I think if I got Clark, I just say, son, just boot it as far as you possibly can.
So 10:07 left on the clock, Mike. And Osage, man, they are all over it with the ground game tonight. 3 rushing touchdowns, 80, 33, and 35 yards. Those are some big gains for Osage on the ground tonight.
And only 1 completion, and that was a big one to Hall for 34 yards. Really didn't factor into the scoring, though.
So 1st down and 10 now. In trouble and swallowed up is Evan Beanland behind the line of scrimmage. That goes for a loss of 5 back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that play just never had a chance. They were just running a quarterback draw. I don't think he ever had any intention of throwing the ball in that situation. And Osage just completely, well, they just stuffed it. I mean, 62, Nick Joyner was in there, one of the early ones, and had some help, I believe, as well from Landon Hall.
So 9:30 left. Eldon just trying to get something going since that opening series, which they marched right down the field. They've never recovered from that snap that went over the head of Evan Beanland. And Landon Hall rushes in, looking into the flat, has his man. Great throw. That one hauled in by Brisbane. Nice cut back inside the 30, down to the 30-yard line for a Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and that's a 39-yard gain. And Eldon desperately needed that one, Mike.
Yeah, that was a nice catch in traffic. Pretty good coverage, to tell you the truth on that one. Everything for Eldon's come through the air, and that time I really liked the way Evan Beanland stepped into that throw. I mean, he looked so much more confident with that one. Maybe that'll get his offense clicking here.
Yeah, and it was a great job because it looked like he may run at the last second, as you said. Across his body, delivered a strike to Brisbane, and he has a big gainer. 1st down and 10 for Eldon. Beanland, look out, coming from behind, takes a shot into the flat, looking for Andrew Beanland, and falls incomplete. So 1st down pass falls incomplete, brings up 2nd down and 10.
That was a pretty good throw under the circumstances. He was being certainly harassed there. I think we got the 6-minute, or somebody's called timeout. We don't have the 6-minute timeout.
No, Osage burns a timeout defensively, so we'll take a commercial break and be right back on Lake TV's Game of the Week.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift.
And as we're back here on Lake TV, it'll look like Coach Shannon Jolly saw something defensively, Mike, that he wasn't incredibly keen on, and he burns that timeout.
Yeah, and you're late. You got a lead here. You don't want to give up anything and give Eldon a chance to feel like they're still, in pretty good shape. Osage will get the ball to start the second half, so you don't feel too bad about using up a timeout if you feel it's really worth it. Versailles has fallen behind 15-8 to El Dorado Springs, I believe it is. You say Dorado, I'll say Dorado. Call the whole thing off. And have fumbled the ball deep in their own territory twice.
So 2nd down and 10 now. Beanland in motion, up and under, taking a shot, looking for
Wow.
Beckman, a perfect throw, and Jalen Beckman waits, and it's right into the breadbasket from 31 yards out. A hook and a catch. What a throw from Evan Beanland, Mike.
Talk about closing speed. And that ball, it looked like when it left Beanland's hand that Beckman was just kind of cruising down the sideline. He kicked it into another gear, just ran under the ball, and they dropped a dime right over his shoulder. That was actually pretty good coverage there.
Yeah, what a throw, and he threw it with him just hitting the 25-yard line, threw it high and
no good,
lofty, and the extra point is no good to the left. So as you get another look at this 31-yard touchdown from Evan Beanland to Jalen Beckman, and Eldon finally on the board with 8:37 left in the second.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
I'm sorry, was that Patrick to Rasheed there, or was it Beanland to Beckman?
That was an impressive play as you get a look at the Mustang faithful on your Ozark Homes fan cam, and Eldon on the board now. They're scoreless no more, and that was a big play. First, the connection on the run from Evan Beanland to Brisbane, and then, of course, that beautiful 31-yard connection, and your score 21-6.
So Eldon kicks off for the first time tonight.
Fielded at the 33, and very wisely just falling on it is Noah Stevens, and so right there at the 33 is where this drive starts for the Indians.
Arrowwood was kind of in between there. I mean, it's one of those line drives that's knuckling, and you think, man, should I catch it or just let it go through or whatever? But he tried to catch it and couldn't get it cleanly, but it did lay down for him, so Osage avoids the turnover.
So 8:35 left, and now for the Eldon defense, they need to get a stop and give the football back to their offense and try to trim this 2-score deficit. Defensively, they've had a hard time containing this offense. Drake Williams, a big reason why this time he goes nowhere on that first down carry.
What a tackle in there. That was a great defensive play. Did I see 41 there? No, I couldn't have. There's no 41. Was it Brendan Wilson, 42 maybe? No, it was Krantz, of course. Eric Krantz, the senior, 44. Man, he just stood that play up. No gain whatsoever.
We do have a score update from Camdenton and Elias. Camdenton, another field goal. They trim it to a 1-point game, 7-6 your score.
Well, Elias is that's a serious contender.
Second down and 10. Trusty into the flat. Look out, almost intercepted. Jumping the route, number 11, Cody Brown, just about took that one the other way. He may still be running if he'd have been able to secure that.
Yeah, he timed his break perfectly. He read something there and jumped the out route, the little post up, and that was almost 6 the other way for Eldon.
Yeah, that would have been a big momentum shifter. Eldon slowly gaining the momentum in this one. Third down and 10 for Osage.
Osage just run the ball in this situation.
Yeah, the last time it was Drake Williams with a 33-yard touchdown run on third down and 11. This time they'll throw. Trusty up and under, has his target. Wide open is Noah Stevens and overshoots him on the up and under. That would have been a big gainer. Instead, falls incomplete, and fourth down and 10 upcoming.
I think Hardy's talking to some of his teammates. He was expecting some kind of help over the top there. That was a beautiful throw by Trusty, just a little bit out in front of Noah Stevens. That could have been another big play for Osage, but now they're forced to punt.
For Nick Griffin and the Eldon Mustangs, a sigh of relief as that was a overthrow for Maverick Trusty. Really nice play design though, Mike, from Shannon Jolly and the Indian staff, but Eldon catches a break. They're going to get it back here, an opportunity. And a bad snap, Trusty fields it and gets off a really nice punt. That one is muffed and then handled there by Beckman, and he falls on it, and Eldon maintains possession at their own 31-yard line.
Yeah, that ball just all but rolled back to Maverick before he tried to punt away. He didn't panic, and fortunately for Schooley Osage, Eldon had a return on. They were only rushing one man just to check and make sure the guy didn't just pull the ball down and take off running, but that was a couple of big breaks there. Well, one for Eldon on the long pass that just missed, and then one for Osage on the bad snap.
So if you're Coach Nick Griffin and Eldon, what are you looking to do here on this series? This is a big one here, Mike.
You can't run the ball. I mean, you've got to keep throwing it, I guess. You would like to try to mix something in. They were going empty, but they really need to keep somebody in to slow down the Osage pass rush.
So on first down, Beanland into the flat. He has Beckman. That closes quickly. Knocked down at the 31-yard line, just about a gain of 1. But, yeah, I think that is the game plan, and really Eldon's only option at this point in tonight's game, Mike. They're going to have to keep throwing the football with the junior, Evan Beanland, and he's looked pretty strong.
He has. You know, he's right now 13 of 18. So he certainly had the attempts. He started off extremely hot in that first drive, and then they went wildcat with a bad snap and killed the drive. They ended up not getting any points on the initial possession.
Wait, 18 pass attempts through a quarter and a half. Is this Camdenton or Eldon? Now clean pocket, starts to close, floats it up there, and almost comes up and makes the play. He gave him a shot, a dangerous attempt as he was looking for Beckman, but that one had disaster written all over it as soon as it left Beanland's hand.
Yeah, when you throw off your back foot like that and it's kind of in the middle of the field, yeah, that's not going to work out well. But boy, great closing speed again to almost get to that ball before it hit the ground. So third and long for the Eldon Mustangs.
Yeah, and kind of deceiving the way Evan Beanland has thrown these. The one that he threw the touchdown to looked like it might be a wobbler. So now a timeout for Eldon with 7:24 left in the second quarter. We'll take this break and be right back on Lake TV.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
And we welcome you back here at School of the Osage Senior Night, Mike.
It is senior night. It's kind of odd for like game 4 of the season, but senior night it is. Hey, always try to talk about the assistant coaches a little bit. We'll get School of the Osage here. David Austin, Graham Bakken, who was an outstanding athlete at Eldon High School. His mom was an outstanding athlete as well. Great volleyball player. John Baumstark, PJ Bledsoe from Eldon as well. JC Brandt from Eldon. I was teasing JC. If you know him, I said, so are you coaching up the wide receivers this year? He's about 300 pounds, something like that. Jared Brooks, Chris Butler, Jake Evans, Rob Heimbrock, Zach Hess, and Mike Williams.
Very good. So 3rd down and 9 now for Eldon. They have it 33-yard line. Evan Beanland now look out backside. He's in trouble. He's going to be taken down from behind. QB sack back at the 25-yard line. In on the play. I believe that was number 16 for Osage, Hunter Schreiman on the stop.
Yeah, just held the ball too long. Pretty good protection, really, but just pretty good determination. I think it was actually Isaac Williams that got the sack. He just stayed with the play very well and ended up earning the sack, and now Eldon's going to have to kick it away.
It's the 2nd time tonight Evan Beanland been sacked. He's also taken a TFL earlier in the game. So 4th down and 16, and Beanland set to punt. Schreiman will go back to return, and that is a wobbler. Comes off the side of the foot and takes a Osage bounce at the 43-yard line. Just an 18-yard punt, and for the Indians, they'll have it 1st and 10 in Eldon territory.
Yeah, that hurts. The kicking game has hurt Eldon here a little bit. Obviously, the 1 touchdown, they weren't able to convert the extra points, so in a way kind of makes it still a 3-possession lead. But here we go. It's wide open. Osage with 6:30 left in the first half, and remember, they will receive the second half kickoff. So we'll see if the Indians can pad their lead or if Eldon can make a stop here and try to keep it competitive.
Yeah, 21-6 your score in Osage. They'd love to tack onto that going into the half. As you alluded to, they get that football first. So Eldon, they really need to stop here as Drake Williams gets the carry, trying to get outside and cut back across. Does a nice job of getting about 4, and good discipline outside for Eldon. That's number 8, Christopher Johnson, the junior, does a nice job of fighting off the block and really forcing Williams to stay outside.
Yeah, if you're playing a defensive end or linebacker, if you turn your shoulders, then you're really susceptible to the cutback. And he stayed with his shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage pretty well there. That looked like it had an opportunity to be a big gainer, but he held it to 3 yards.
So your 6-minute water break. We'll take a short commercial break and be right back on Lake TV's Game of the Week, presented by Poly Lift Boat Lifts.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Polylift Boat Lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Let's take a look at the Eldon coaching staff as well under first-year head coach Nick Griffin. He's assisted by Dawson Brandt, who is an outstanding athlete at Eldon and again at Westminster College. Ryan Calvino, Colby Davis, Chad Hines, and Jacob Kelly.
So love that, and know a lot of these guys on assistant roles. They got those head coaching aspirations, and we'll see some of those guys coaching around the area as Noah Stevens gets the carry, and that closes quickly. Staying home for the Mustangs, number 23, Brody Beanland, the junior. That's a 4-yard loss, Mike, and going to bring up 3rd down and 11, and what promised to be a great start here for Osage. They're now faced with a 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, and talk about knowing your responsibilities, staying home, not over pursuing. The blocking was there. If they beat Stevens, or if Stevens is able to beat Beanland, that's going to be a big gainer.
So 3rd down and 11. Jason Colonius in the backfield with Trusty. Over the middle, has his man, Drake Williams. Shoestring tackle, but he has it up to the 25-yard line. A Beck Wellness Center 1st down on 3rd and 11. He has 21 into the 25-yard line, and what a strike from Maverick Trusty, and Drake Williams hauls that one in.
You know, I'm surprised that you don't see teams run slants more often. That seems to me like that would be the easiest throw, and you're not going to get the combination coverage that would really be able to stymie something like that. But that was a beautiful throw from Trusty.
Yeah, Drake Williams having himself a night on 3rd down and 11, 20-yard first down. And here is a big gainer up the middle inside the 10 to the 5, down to the 3-yard line. And that is Brock Arrowwood, the junior, with a 23-yard gain, setting up the Indians with 1st down and goal. They're inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorney's red zone, and that is a big gainer for Arrowwood on what I believe is his first carry of the night.
It was Nick Dooley, the center, just cleaned out the left side across from him, the left side, actually the right side of the defense. And Arrowwood said, hey, I'll keep running, man. There's nobody touched me at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's just a huge hole and a big gainer. So 1st down and goal for the Indians. Maverick Trusty goes right back to Arrowwood into the end zone for the score. A 3-yard touchdown run for Brock Arrowwood, the junior. He had the 23-yard run and given the 3-yard touchdown run to boot. And the Indians regain that 21-point lead with 3:50 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, this was just, once again, the same play. They just kind of trap off left guard, and getting a lead block there was, you know, it says 58, Karen Hess, but I think it was Caleb Smitherman actually got the block as the extra point. It is up and good.
Yeah, Brady Clark for the 4th time tonight on to attempt the extra point, and it's good. So Osage extends the lead 28-26 over Eldon.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Welcome you back here on Lake TV, where Osage putting up a lot of points, 28 so far through a quarter and a half, and then some. 3:50 left in the second quarter as Brady Clark set to kick off, and this time, instead of the short one, he goes deep, and that is going to be into the end zone for the touchback. And Beckman's like, wait, I didn't want the touchback, but I guess I'll take it.
Yeah, as soon as that ball crosses the goal line in high school ball, they'll rule as a touchback and bring it out to the 20-yard line. That looks more normal than that thing that's going on in the NFL right now. I'm going to take some getting used to see that zone kickoff thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll ever get used to that. That is weird.
Well, we're getting ready for Eldon. They've got time here, 3:50 left. We've seen both teams, certainly more to Osage's advantage with big play capability, and Eldon will go to their spread again, 5 wide.
Empty backfield, Beanland right back at it, takes the snap now, looks to his right in the flat, and a nice effort falls incomplete. He was looking for Beanland in the flat. No go as Landon Beanland, the senior, made a great effort leaving his feet, but not enough on it, so 2nd down and 10. And I mean, Eldon, that's what the defense is giving him. You can't run the football. You're down 3 scores, and so they're going to have to see if they can't find some holes in this Osage defense. But really, Osage's defense has been strong, and it was Eldon's defense coming into this game only yielding 9 points per game. And so for Osage, they've got to feel pretty good about this first half.
Well, yeah, up by 22 here, and they've really kind of dominated play.
Beanland under pressure, throws, has his man, and a big hit by Landon Childs, but holding on to it is Devin Hardy, and we'll wait for the call. He's shaken up, and Devin Hardy now slow to get up. He's a little short of 1st down yardage. Landon Childs with the hit, so they'll check on the injured Mustang, and with 3:31 left in the first half, we'll take this commercial break.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Devin Hardy is one tough young man. He rolled over and then decided, no, I think I've got it now. But man, I'm telling you what, he is tough, and he had a great start on that opening series, couple of big plays, and we'll keep an eye on him, the injured Mustang. But as I said, he did get up and hop off on his own accord. So 3rd down and 1 now for Eldon.
Big conversion here for Eldon. Big attempt.
That's big old Eric Krantz in the backfield with him. Evan Beanland, clean pocket, throws, and very nearly intercepted, and that's pulled down. Great play by number 42, the tight end. Second catch of the night for Brendan Wilden. And how about that, Mike?
Well, that was,
very nearly looked picked.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got to make that throw. I mean, that was great coverage there. And again, gambling on the pick a little bit with Wilden with the catch, and keeps the drive alive.
So a Beck Wellness Center first down, and a big one for the Mustangs. Right back at it, out of the gun. Beanland takes the snap. Under pressure, throws into the flat, and Jason Colonius hits the quarterback, forcing the errant throw. Great pressure, and pretty good job by Beanland just to avoid the sack and loss of yardage.
Yeah, you got to just get rid of it there. When they go 5 wide, they're really kind of exposing their quarterback because there's no one back there. Really, I mean, the play that made that previously, Wilson with the catch for the first down, you know, it was Krantz in the backfield to pick up the pass rush and give Beanland a chance to make that throw in the first place.
So 2nd down and 10. 2:36 left in the first half. Beanland over the seam and incomplete. A little high, a little hard, and defender in the secondary, Schreiman, gets his hand on it for the Indians. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Now, after our first half, we'll take a short commercial break, but we'll have our halftime show presented by Millard Family Chapels and Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes right here on Lake TV. Mike and I will break down the first half stats. We'll look at some highlights, and tell you what, you're going to see a lot of Drake Williams during those highlights at halftime.
We don't know, and we don't really want to know why Aiden's not playing. I mean, it could be coach just didn't want to talk about it, and that's fine. I understand. Sometimes it could be multiple reasons, but boy, Drake's really filled in now. We've got a flag on the far side as this play never got a chance to get off the ground.
Bruce and Kelly penalty flag, and yeah, I mean, we love A-Train, but unfortunately, with the performance from Drake Williams, Aiden may never play again.
Yeah, he's Drake's. Well, we saw flashes of that a couple of weeks ago. Versailles trailing El Dorado Springs 23-8. William, Versailles has fumbled the ball inside their 30-yard line 3 times. 3 turnovers inside your own 30. That's hard to get around.
Yeah, that's really, really tough to stay in ball games when you're turning it over, especially deep in your own end that many times. So hopefully that one doesn't get too out of hand. Now 3rd down and long. Eldon. Beanland steps up, throws. He's got Beckman. Really nice throw across midfield. He's got a Beck Wellness Center first down up at the 49-yard line. That's a really nice play and a beautiful throw from Evan Beanland.
It was under pressure, too. And what Beckman did there, it almost looked like some kind of combination defense. They were playing man-to-man on the guy coming out of the backfield. You'll watch here, he's covered, but then Beckman just kind of settles into his hole in the zone on the sideline there, and that's a relatively easy throw.
Yeah, that's just one-on-one right there. 2-man football. It was Beckman and Beanland. They were communicating with their eyes, and a great connection extends this drive for the Mustangs. Beanland going to roll to his left, and he's in trouble. Colonius for the 2nd time tonight with a QB sack. Jason Colonius, the senior. That's, as I said, his 2nd sack tonight. in this one for a big loss, about 10 yards.
Yeah, he just blew up the blocker and was able to get a hold of Evan Beamlin and kind of fling him down there. Some late pressure coming up from Grant Wilson as well. But Cloney's is just a player, man.
Yeah, he's a man amongst boys. And tell you what, he is having himself a first half with those 2 QB sacks and second down and 18 after the loss of 8 officially. Beamlin into the flat. Look out, overshoots the intended target. Going to bring up third down and long. He was looking for Brisbane, but not a whole lot there. Great coverage from the defense.
Yeah, that was late coverage. I don't have a number 12 on my roster for Osage, but that was good coverage there. A little contact at the end, but unlike the whining Cincinnati Bengals, that was probably not a catchable ball. How do you say a ball's uncatchable when it hits a guy in the head? Even I can reach my hands up that high.
Yeah, that was interesting to see that complaint in regards to the pass interference call from last week's Chiefs-Bengals game. But third down and 18 now. Beamlin up the seam and nearly brought down. It was right on the hands of Cody Brown and looked like he could have caught it. Also looked like it could have went the other direction.
I think somebody flashed in front of Brown there a little bit and maybe bothered him on this catch. Pretty good blocking this time, and he steps into the throw. Good delivery. Oh, it was right there. And again, I think somebody just crossed in front of him. And wait a minute, he had a full head of steam. I think he had a good shot at the first down there.
Yeah, and that's a play I bet Brown will tell you he wish he would have made for his quarterback. One of those hearing footsteps, and it's easier said than done when you're out there. Colonius comes in, very nearly gets a hand on it. Look at Landon Childs with the heads-up play to turn around and field that just shy of the 40, and he's got it right about the 40, where Osage takes over, leading by 22 with a minute and 2 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, William, a 14-yard punt, man, that hurts. I mean, it's just the kicking game has really helped out Osage, and it's hurt Eldon here tonight. Now Osage has 2 timeouts left. Yeah, 2. So, yeah, why not? They've run some big plays tonight.
First down and 10. Trusty into the flat. Going to take a shot. He's got Noah Stevens, who's got a modest gain of 5. They were looking for the home run for Schreiman, and he elected to find Noah Stevens his safety route right there for about 4. Inside a minute to play again. It's going to be the Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes halftime show after we conclude tonight's second quarter.
Yeah, when you realize that the play's broken and your quarterback is scrambling, you can't keep running downfield. You've got to peel back and come back to your quarterback and try to help him out. Yeah, initially they had the one man on the fly to go out for that pass. That was it.
Second down now.
Oh, wide open in the
Trusty
middle.
has his man. Oh, Noah Stevens. He throws it behind him, and Jalen Beckman nearly picks it off. Luckily for the Indians, that falls incomplete, bringing up third down and 7. But he had his target, like you said, who was open. Noah Stevens, but he threw it behind him, and Beckman had a better shot than Stevens as we get another look on our Crown Power and Equipment instant replay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in El Dorado Springs tonight. Versailles has fumbled for their 4th time. This time, it was inside their own 20. 4 turnovers in the first half, all of them inside their offensive 30-yard line.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's hard to overcome.
Third down and 7 now. Eldon's defense trying to keep their team in this one. Trusty into the flat, has his man, and what a grab by Noah Stevens. He climbs the ladder, tiptoes the sideline. He's got a Beck Wellness Center first down after the 10-yard gain, and wow, what a grab by Noah Stevens. We'll get another look at it here.
Look how he just relaxes his lower half and just, I'll get 1 foot down. He got both feet down. That would have been good in the pros.
Yeah, that's what he's training for. That Beck Wellness Center keeps the clock moving as they reset the stick. So first down and 10 at the 46-yard line, and now we have a timeout.
Yeah,
Shannon Jolly's not happy.
He's not happy,
something.
and I think maybe the clock not stop on the first down?
Well, it should have anyway, because Stevens caught the football and then went out of play inside of whatever the rule at high school is. So And now Osage going to call the timeout to keep the clock from running. So I'm not sure the call, but with 32 seconds left, we'll take this commercial break.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
We welcome you back here on Lake TV, where Shannon Jolly calls his second timeout with just 32 seconds left. He's, I don't know if you'd call it a knockout blow, but he's not content, Mike, with a 22-point lead with this excellent field position here. He is one to add to this lead.
Yeah, of course, and again, we've talked about this the entire contest. He's got a kicker, man. Get down there even close to the 25, and you think maybe you've got a shot at least to tack on 3 points, and that would be a 3+ possession lead if you get it to 31, up 31-25.
What are you talking about? This is Brady Clark range here as Trusty
Maybe not.
in trouble. Crossed his body into the flat, looking for Landon Childs, who comes back and can't bring it in. So incomplete with 25 seconds left.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. Good effort by Childs to get on the cross, and Maverick Trusty rolling to his left and then have to kind of kickstart his body to get something on that ball and get it up the field. Not a bad effort at all. He had a man underneath. Hall, I think, was open, but he was looking downfield. Falls incomplete, stops the clock.
And good effort by Jalen Beckman defensively, staying with it, making sure Childs didn't come back and get that one. Second down now. Trusty rolls to his left, throws across his body. Looking for Stevens, and incomplete. Noah Stevens pleading with the official, wants a flag, but not really a catchable ball. Eldon brought pressure from the right side, and even with Maverick Trusty rolling to his left, Mike, he didn't have time to get set.
No, but got more on that ball and got some air under it as well, too. Brisbane out there on coverage, I believe, and he got his head around at the last second, so you really can't throw a flag on interference on that one.
So 20 seconds left here in the first half. 34 points scored. Of course, Osage in control here. Eldon, if they want a shot, they got to keep this at least a 22-point game. Trusty into the flat, has Noah Stevens. Good effort and incomplete. Can't bring it in, so 4th down and 10 with just 14.7 seconds left.
And I think the smart thing to do here is to punt it out and just be content with that 22-point lead. 29-8, Versailles trailing El Dorado Springs now. Four turnovers by Versailles in the first half. Can't win that way.
No, that's tough, and you hate that for Coach Dusty Daniels because you love what he's onto here the last couple of weeks with the Versailles Tigers. High snap. What a play by Maverick Trusty. Goes back and fields it. Gets a great kickoff. That's a fumble. That's a live football, and who's got it?
Why would you do that?
Like it was a pass almost.
Why would you do that?
Eldon player jumped in the air as if it was a pass, like he was trying to intercept it.
Yeah, that was odd to say the least. Well, another bad snap, but Trusty a great catch and then gets a punt away. And you could say maybe that's interference on that, but I don't know. It's a muff.
There is a flag.
Well, it couldn't be advanced. You can't interfere with the ability to maybe catch the ball. Let's see if we get some kind of indication of what this penalty is.
Well, if there was an Osage player hanging on him and he went to make the play, they would call kick-catch interference. And
what else it could be.
Mike,
yeah.
Where I was saying what a boneheaded play, what a brilliant play with a defender all over you, kick-catch interference, and Eldon now takes a knee. So your score at halftime, Osage leads 28-6 over Eldon. We'll take a brief commercial break and be back with your Hedges Scott Funeral Homes halftime show.
High school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, buckle up, phones down. Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Serdike Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Serdike Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks. 50 years strong.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades. To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Hi, Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
It's time for tonight's halftime show, presented by Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes. Now back to William Holtz and Mike Bissell.
And we're back on Lake TV for our Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes halftime show. William Holtz joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell, and with 2 quarters in the books, Osage, man, they're looking pretty sharp.
A big play, running game, and Eldon's inability to run the ball at all and protect their quarterback and let them throw. And it's not often you see such a graphic turning point as what we did very early in the game. Eldon, boom, 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 5 of 6 down the field, passing the ball, 1st and goal at the 1, bad center snap when they decided to go to the Wildcat, and really nothing since then has gone right for Eldon.
Yeah, if there were a turning point for just a few minutes into the game, that was certainly it. And I know we're going to get a look at official numbers, but when you say Eldon not able to run the ball, that seems so foreign for people familiar with this Eldon program. Even this year with Nick Griffin, I know a new program, they're 3-0, but they've run the ball with success to open up that passing game, and they've been outscoring their opponents big time through 3 weeks, and so a different story for them. Now, when you look at Osage, you said those big plays, starting with Drake Williams with an 80-yard touchdown run. He added a 33-yard touchdown run, but those 2 plays, once those happen, boom, boom, those seem to kind of take the wind right out of Eldon's sail.
Yeah, and just the turnovers, bad field position, and the total inability of Eldon to run the ball, establish any kind of running game to make them respect play action, and it just has gone upside down for the Eldon Mustangs. And give a lot of credit to Osage, their defense. You said official numbers?
So unofficial numbers according to Mike Bissell's brilliance. So what do they look like, partner?
Well, this is ballpark kind of stuff here, but Andrew Beanland, 4 carries, -3 yards. Evan Beanland, of course, there's some quarterback sacks factored in here too as well. 5 for -21. Brisbane, 2 carries, 2 yards. Eldon, 11 carries. They had 1 fumble mixed in there as well too. -22 yards net rushing the ball. Now, the passing stats are very good. 15 to 25 for Evan Beanland. The catches went to Harding. We hope he's okay. 4 of 44. Beckman had a 31-yard reception for a touchdown and 4 for 51 total. Wilson, 2 for 11. Brisbane, 2 for 46. Beanland, that would be Andrew, 1 for 46. And then Brown, a nice catch for 9 yards. So 207 through the air for the Eldon Mustangs, but -22, 185 net from scrimmage. Only 1 penalty assessed, a 5-yarder, but they did have the only turnover of the game. For Shannon Jolly's group, they've run the ball very effectively. Maverick Trusty had the 1 carry. It was a 2-yard loss on a scramble play. Colonius, what a just ball player, man. 2 for 39, 37-yard rushing touchdown for Colonius. Drake Williams, only 6 carries. This is pretty easy to figure. 20 yards a pop, 6 for 120. Stevens on an end around, a good defensive play by Eldon, held him to a 1-yard loss. And then Arrowwood got a couple of carries very late there on that last drive. A 21-yarder set up his own 3-yard run for a touchdown. So he had 2 for 24. School of the Osage, 180, I should say, yards rushing on just 12 attempts. So the big plays. That's a very good average there. And then 56 yards through the air on 4 of 10 passing for Maverick Trusty. The catches went to Williams, 1 for 21. Stevens, 2 for 13. And the tight end Hall, 1 for 34. So 56 yards through the air, 180 rushing, 236 net from scrimmage, 3 penalties, 25 yards. and no turnovers.
Yeah, and on top of that, Osage going to get the football first. You can't stress how big that first series was for Eldon, and so for them, even though Osage gets the football, let's say they can get a stop, give the football. How do you get Evan Beanland in an offense going where, yeah, you've seen a little success through the air. Osage is giving you that small stuff, but how do you get something going when you're down 3 scores?
I don't know. You would think with the team speed for Eldon that they could get something going to the outside. I mean, the quarterback and the running back and just team speed all over the place. Maybe jet sweep to Jalen Beckman and something along those lines. But the running game's not there. And with a big lead here for School of the Osage, their defensive line, they're just going to disregard the run. Yeah, sure, run a dive play here. Have your 5 yards because just keep the clock running. They're okay with that. But if they can continue to get pressure on the Eldon Mustangs and Beanland, it's going to be a tough way for them to come back. And what really surprises me is the fact that they just haven't been able to get anything. I mean, you got talent on that offensive line. You've got good size, but a lot of credit, all the credit to Osage's defense. They've been great tonight.
Yeah, and Osage's defense, not only the takeaway 3 quarterback sacks, 2 of those for Jason Colonius, who also has the touchdown run from 35 yards out, as well as, we loved him, Jaden Wilkes. He's got a quarterback sack as well, but every time Beanland, the only completions we've seen are real quick hitters. Every time he gets that snap, they're rolling him left or right. Because the Osage edge is so fast at the snap.
And so disciplined as well, too, to keep him contained pretty well. But think about that opening drive for Eldon. 5 of 6 passing, and they went 5 wide, spread, no back. So the adjustment that Osage made after Eldon kind of botched that first attempt to score. The difference that Osage made, they were able to get pressure once they realized that there was no running game there. So Eldon punch, counter punch. They had to keep a back in to block, at least one back end to help block a little bit because there was guys getting free run at their quarterback. And now that you don't have the 5 wide, the passing game's not nearly as effective. So pick your poison there.
Yeah, and a couple of times we saw Coach Nick Griffin and Eldon. They tried to set it up. It looked like it was there, but it never came to fruition, was a screen. So when you're seeing 3 Osage guys fire off one side, if you can slip through a back, past that line, and you can somehow get a connection, that might slow this Osage blitz packages down because they're having a hard time getting Beanland going. And unless he can stand back there and find a couple of holes in the defense, he's going to be under pressure all night long. And so Eldon, they're going to have to figure out something.
It's hard to watch the entire field, but I try to do that instead of just following the ball, because if I'm following the ball, between the two of us, we're missing 80% of what's going on out on the field. I felt that early that Osage was spying Evan Beanland, the quarterback. In other words, they got a guy who's kind of disregarding everything that's going on around him and just trying to contain him so that he can't break. And he had elite speed, too. Can't just break down and take off running on some kind of draw play. Maybe some draws, as you said, maybe a screen or two could loosen things up a little bit along that line for Eldon.
Yeah, as we talk about Eldon and Osage, a rivalry that's gone on for many years. Tonight, the 72nd time they've played. Of course, Eldon has the advantage, 41-30 through the first 71, but it's Osage out in front tonight. Now, as we look around the lake area, we told you Versailles and Eldorado Springs. Man, Versailles just turning it over in droves in that game. They're probably letting that one get out of hand. But as far as Camdenton is concerned, they are playing host to the state, I would say, one of the powers.
Yeah.
And Helias, a team that put up 90 points a game this season. Early, it was 7-6. We told you Camdenton tacked on that extra field goal. It was a pretty cool hook and ladder 40-yard touchdown for Helias that gave them a 14-6 lead. Well, Camdenton actually got a safety just a minute ago to pull it to 14-8 and keep them within striking distance, and it was the junior Paul Muff who got the safety. And I love number 57, so we'll keep you posted on that one. We'll give a shout out to Celerity Media Group for keeping us posted. But what a win. I know it's not over, but what if Camdenton could upset and shock Helias at home?
Well, let me check my notes here. Camdenton at 2-1. They're hosting Helias tonight. Helias is 3-0 on the season. And Camden has Battle, Rockbridge at Rockbridge, and Columbia. Hickman as well. You figure that's a win. Cap City is undefeated. And then Kansas City Southeast, I really don't know anything about them. But Camden is number 4 in the district behind Rolla, Helias, and Cap City. So a win over Helias would bounce you up to at least number 2, because that's a huge positive win for the Lakers if they could pull that off. And number 4 in the district, that means you're going to host the number 5 team in the opening round. You want to bounce up there a little higher, maybe get somebody seated a little bit lower than that.
Sure. All right, so those watching here with interest around the Eldon area, of course, next weekend, the Eldon Turkey Fest, Mike. And I don't know, you've been out to the Eldon Turkey Fest before?
Oh, yes. I had a disaster there one day. I was like announcing the parade, and somebody who'd given me the list of the floats and the different bands and stuff was coming by had not put them in any particular order. And I don't know who these people are. They're marching. And now coming up to Maple Street. Oh, no, it was a disaster. But, yeah, I've been there and had a great time before, though.
You know what can make a disastrous broadcasting day better at the Eldon Turkey Fest?
Sleeping in?
A big old turkey leg, which you're bound and determined to get if you get there early, because they sell out every year. But the Eldon Turkey Fest next weekend, Saturday, September 28th in downtown historic Eldon, Missouri. As we conclude tonight's halftime show presented by Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Mike and I will take a brief break and be right back on Lake TV for our second half.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up, I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Thinking about tackling your next project? The work won't do itself, you need a +1. A machine to work like a pro with effortless precision every time. Get the #1 selling Kubota compact tractor from Crown Power and Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. The Kubota L-Series doesn't let anything stand in its way. Use this machine to push, pull, lift, and mow. Just don't forget to pull the trailer home. Visit our website to see our Kubota custom packages to get moving today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades. To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid, just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
It's new, it's here, and it's now. It's the Lake Expo app. You asked for it. Now Lake Expo is bringing it. Featuring more news, more real estate, with more boating and boats for sale, and more of what's happening at the lake. The Lake Expo app is feeding your need to know. Stay connected to the lake from anywhere. The lake is always just one click away. Download the Lake Expo app today, available on the App Store and Google Play.
High school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, Buckle Up, Phones Down, Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Surdyke Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Back here on Lake TV at School of the Osage for Week 4 of the high school football season. I'm William Holtz, and I'm joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell. And Mike, so far tonight, as we welcome you back, if you're just joining us, Mike, it's been all Osage up 28-6.
Yeah, just impressive. Not throwing the ball a great deal, but when you're running as effectively as the Indians are, why throw the ball? The only time they really put together a lot of passes in a row was that late possession there at the end of the first half. Just incredibly impressed with the Osage defense. When you look at the effect that they had, the bad timing of having to play Blair Oaks a week after they got smacked down by Lutheran North out of St. Louis. Well, Osage has probably got a little bit of that attitude as well. You know, hey, we got beat 42-0. We're playing our main rival. And you look at Eldon and the rest of their schedule, if they can't come back here, man, they got a tough row ahead of them. Southern Boone's awfully good apparently this year. They're 3-0. They got Blair Oaks ahead of them as well. Boonville's also undefeated. There's some tough games coming up.
All right, so Mike, as we start our second half, would you think there's a shot for a surprise Eldon onside as we get started?
No.
Yeah, how about it?
Except they do. Kicked it out of bounds.
So right out of bounds, it'll be a Bruce and Kelly penalty flag, and Osage will start with outstanding field position here on this first series of the second half.
Yeah, and the kicking game has really hurt Eldon here tonight. Obviously, the missing the field goal. If you at least got the field goal out of that opening drive, it makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. Now, where are they going to spot this one here? Osage is saying we'll take the penalty. So would it be marked off from where it went out of bounds? Because obviously you're not going to say the 35-yard line. Or are they going to make them kick it over again?
No, they're just going to say where it was out, maybe tack on 5.
Could be. That's funny. We've seen, 3 balls not kicked?
No, they're going to make them kick again.
Well, see, that surprises me. A safety thing, I think that rule would say if it goes out of bounds, it's at the 42. There it is. Maybe, as you said, tack on 5 yards too, but make them kick it over again? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not so sure why Osage wouldn't just take it at midfield. Great field position here, and instead you got to go over, so Eldon will try it again, and I'm not so sure they'll try an onside again.
Yeah,
but
I don't think so. There's no surprise factor here, that's for sure, if you do.
Not many holes either here in the first 10 yards as the ball now doing its best to create issues for the Eldon kicker, Devin Hardy.
Well, good to see Devin back out there in any capacity.
And they will try a little pooch, and that is fielded by Arrowwood, and look out! Brock Arrowwood tripped up by Hardy at the 37-yard line, but what a job. Brock Arrowwood wasted no time. He got the perfect hop, and he knew exactly what to do with the pigskin once he secured it.
Yeah, he caught it clean on the fly, and he just got up. Oh, great block there as well, too. And a great play by Hardy to stay with it and get a hand on his ankle and save the touchdown. That would have been a backbreaker. Bad enough as it is, as Osage gets the ball on the 36. I guess not a lot of faith in your ability to kick the ball deep off the tee there on the kickoff.
First down now, Aiden Williams out there with his first carry. A-Train inside the 30, lowers his head and has first down yardage down to the 20-yard line. He's got a 17-yard Beck Wellness Center first down, and A-Train now says, hey, little bro, it's my turn.
Yeah, he came out with a purpose there, running off right tackle. I think it was Quinn Butler. Did I see number 11 out there getting a block on the corner? And wow, that was an impressive run off right tackle, as I mentioned. And really start this half off well with Charlie Crocker getting the block.
Aiden Williams now patient with it, but that hole closes quickly as the Eldon front stops him, and Osage has it inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone. Second down and 9 after the modest gain, and Aiden Williams, second carry of the night.
What kind of an odd play. You got your big guy running sideways basically at the line of scrimmage. That's not utilizing his talents, which is basically straight ahead running, but he gets a yard out of it.
So back under center, Maverick Trusty, and look out. Bruce and Kelly penalty flag. Osage started early, and they'll back that one up 5 yards.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times tonight where I felt like their back got away a little bit early before the snap. And it does move it back. It'll be second down and about 14, maybe 15. 14.73, I don't know. We'll say second and 14. Clock continues to run. 10:50. We're just underway in the second half of play. Been all Osage. They got a big break on the kickoff, and they're trying to maybe put this one out of reach on this opening possession of the second half.
So after the penalty, A-Train gets the snap inside the 20. A little stiff arm inside the 10 and still on his feet. He's got a Beck Wellness Center first down at the 9-yard line. We'll give him 15 yards, and that's going to be first down and goal for the Indians.
Look at the block, I think, by Colonius. I wouldn't say pancake, but he certainly held off the cornerback there and allowed Aiden Williams to get to the outside. And that's there's going to be a holding. Maybe it wasn't that good a block after all.
Yeah, so Bruce and Kelly team penalty flag erases that back to the 24-yard line. So 2nd down and 14.
You know, that was a spot foul, so it's basically just do-over here.
So the big gainer is null and void. 2nd down and 14 will do it over again, and that was a nice run, but the block that sprung him was actually a hold. So 2nd down and 14, the pitch this time to Aiden Williams. Great lead block inside the 20, inside the 10, and another Bruce and Kelly team penalty flag flies, and we'll do this one again.
Boy, you had to see that one coming, didn't you? As you know, they were to the left hash mark, one receiver wide right. Once they got the block by the tight end at the point of attack, Aiden Williams blocking the back is actually going to be the call. And it'll be a short gain here as the spot foul, I think, was probably all the way down about the 6 or 7 yard line. So it should move it back to, let's say, the 17. So it's going to be a pickup of, we'll call it 7 yards, and then the penalty marks it off. Actually, they're going to take it back a little further than that. Was that a 15-yard penalty?
I don't know. They're marking it at the 13-yard line.
I said 17. I kind of want to stick with that, but
it's close.
Well, no, it's not actually. I'm confused.
2nd down and 3.
All right. Well.
So we'll give them the 11 yards. Go nowhere because it's still 2nd down. Williams now on 2nd down and short, close to the 5-yard line, and Beckwell in the center, 1st down. And Osage will have it 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Does Eldon look a little slow off the ball right now to you?
Very much so, Mike.
Trying to keep up with that huge game in Camdenton tonight. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 6 for Osage on the opening possession of the 2nd half, and it's been all Aiden Williams here.
1st down and goal. Pitch out to Aiden Williams. Cuts back, lowers his head, and another Bruce and Kelly penalty flag flies. And so this is the 3rd or 4th penalty of this series. We're just 2 minutes and 34 seconds into the 3rd quarter, and we're not eating much time off the clock.
Kobe Brown and Aiden Williams, big collision out there. Yeah, another bad block. So that wipes out another effective run. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 16. Yeah, okay. That seems a little more reasonable.
So the clock will continue to tick. Now, Maverick Trusty comes in with the call, and for Eldon, they're hoping for some kind of stop. If Eldon scores a touchdown here, this is going to be real tough for them to come back with the way this offense has looked, and maybe even more so Osage's defense. But a stop keeps them in it. Run up the middle, and another. Bruce and Kelly penalty flag flies from the back judge. Yep, laying there at about the 13-yard line. So face mask.
Oh, that's Eldon.
This time against Eldon. So it was 1st down and goal from the 13-yard line, and
be half the distance now. Should be about the 6, maybe. About the 6 once they get it settled down. Yeah, a little more than that. We'll say a 6-yard penalty on Eldon, half the distance to the goal.
So 1st down and goal, back to the 6. We're just going to keep back and forth here. Remember, we had this 1st down and goal from the 6 just a little bit ago.
Carter Lynch split out wide right.
Trusty to Aiden Williams up the middle, into the end zone for the score, and Williams scores from 6 yards out. And Osage up big, 34-6. Aiden Williams gets the handoff into the end zone. This 3rd quarter, just 3 minutes and 13 seconds in. Aiden Williams, the story for Osage on that drive.
Well, he had to gain the same yardage over and over again several times, but 18, 29, 37. Had him for 43 yards in that drive.
Yeah, a couple of those got taken off, I believe, for holds, but the extra point for Brady Clark is up and good. He's a perfect 5 for 5 tonight. Osage up big, 35-6 with 8:47 left in 3rd.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
And we're back here on Lake TV where it's all Osage in the rivalry game. Mike is 35-6 your score, and for Eldon, not a lot gone right tonight. Of course, we talked about that opening series, but at this point, you got to keep letting that thing fly, and we know Evan Beanland, he can air it out. Do you ever feel like once you don't maybe feel the pressure or stress of a close game, you can really start to play?
Yeah, I mean, the situation is going to dictate a lot about what Osage is going to do on defense, too, so it's going to be tough for him. Oh, what a kick.
Touchback, and Osage faithful, they loved that one. Ends up being a touchback, but Brady Clark, what a leg he has. He's 5 for 5 tonight on point after, but we've seen a few touchbacks as well, and for Osage, everything really clicking tonight. It's been their running attack that has been the story. Man, they have gained a ton of yards. They had what I believe was 180 rushing yards in the first half, and they
just 12 carries.
And they picked up right where they left off here in the third.
Well, Osage is playing it pretty loose, it looks like, even on first down, but back on their own 20. Eldon's got to throw the ball.
Going to be a handoff. Andrew Beanland out of the slot takes the handoff, and not a whole lot doing. Good pursuit by Osage. Landon Childs in on the stop with Drake Williams, and about 2 yards brings up second down and 8. So right as we thought Eldon would throw the football, shows what we know. They do a little handoff.
Well, you know, we talked about maybe running some jet sweeps or something, but 2 yards is a rarity for Eldon tonight to get something positive on first down, and minus 22 yards rushing in the first half.
Yeah, that number was impressive, and as much as for Eldon, you're like, man, that's rough. That's also mostly credit to Osage defense and the way they've hit the hole. So second down and 10. Beanland under pressure once again. Colonius forces him to throw, and a nice connection.
Wow.
Sideline, they're going to say incomplete. The defender, Noah Stevens, didn't let the feet come down. So third down and 8 now upcoming, and nice job by Stevens.
Yeah, the coaching staff for Eldon thinks that was a catch.
I thought it was too, Mike.
It looked like, but the rule used to be you couldn't pick the guy up and lift him out. But you can now. You can in the NFL level, and that's where we get in trouble sometimes. We're probably more familiar with the NFL rules because you're watching on television. They go to a rules official and he explains what's going on. But apparently it's okay to move that guy out because that looked like a good catch.
I'm no Gene Steratore?
Well, I could start calling you that if you want me to. You're going to have to bulk up a little bit.
That's funny. All right, so Beanland now. He's going to tuck it and run. Nice little spin move, still on his feet across the 30. He's got a Beckwell in the center. First down and a tough run for Evan Beanland, the junior. Little spin move gave him the extra yardage needed for that first down.
You know, when he broke down and took off running, I thought he was going to have a chance at a big gain. You watch him come off right tackle here. Man, it looks like he's got a lot of room there. But the closing speed from inside out by Colonius, and I just love watching that kid play. And the interior lineman trailing it down there, Grant Wilson hustling after the play. I thought it was going to be a huge gainer, but a first down is positive news for Eldon right here.
Yeah, so with 8 minutes left in the third quarter, first down for the Mustangs. Beanland, clean pocket this time, has all day. He had a wide open Beckman. Now he throws it up, and that is going to be incomplete. Probably could have got pass interference on the play. Hardy came back, made a nice effort at it. Defensively, Brock Arrowwood was in there for the Indians. Did it look like there might have been a little contact over the back?
It sure did. It looked like the play at the end that got the first down for the Chiefs on Sunday. If I'm the quarterback here, I'm a little upset with my receivers because they didn't come back to help him out at all. And a couple of them, I think they thought they were not the primary receiver, and they just kind of trolling around there without trying to come back to their quarterback and help him out a little bit.
Yeah, but Devin Hardy was looking for a flag, and I'm with him, Mike. I thought there should have been one, but second down and 10 nonetheless. Beanland goes to take the snap, and now the official says Eldon calls their first timeout, so a 7:41 left in the third quarter. We'll take this commercial break.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
And we're back on Lake TV after the first timeout of the half. Eldon, they burn it, and I don't think Coach Nick Griffin loved what he saw, so he calls the timeout before this second down and 10. And for Nick Griffin, this looks like this may be his first loss as the head coach of the Eldon Mustangs. And so over this last quarter and 8 minutes, what do you use this time for in a game when you're down 4 scores and most likely not going to get the win? But at 3-0, Mike, going to 3-1, a lot of valuable football left following tonight's game.
Yeah, and you get into conference play and getting spanked the way they are right now, that's not real encouraging because the conference is so strong. Here comes big-time pressure. Look
out from behind, and Evan Beanland goes down violently. In on the QB stop for Osage, Isaac Williams. He's been in on a couple TFLs, and now the QB sack.
Yeah, just really almost unchecked there as he came off the left side. He got around the tackle pretty easily, and Beanland just really did a great job to only lose 2 yards there and get back close to the line of scrimmage. So the play where they blew the whistle dead, blew the play dead on the whistle for the timeout was actually a bit of a draw play. So they didn't like that play. I don't know what happened, what the timeout was about there, but the draw play probably would have been more successful than that. And here comes the rush again.
Third down and long. Beanland steps up as the pocket collides. Tries to find his man, has him, but closes quickly and reaching forward. Not a whole lot doing. That was Beckman with the effort, going to bring up 4th down for Eldon.
Yeah, again, just a jailbreak there for the quarterback, and just no one picked up the blitz whatsoever. And then unfortunately for Evan Beanland, he got tied up with his own blockers and then finally was able to get away from them and just kind of shot-putted the ball over to Beckman.
So on 4th down and 8 now, Evan Beanland into punt. No one back for Osage. And Jason Colonius was there, and he's going to get the stop once again. Big Jason Colonius gets the stop after a 1-yard gain for Evan Beanland, and Osage gets it back rather. 1st down and 10 at the Eldon 35-yard line.
And the kicking game for Eldon has just blown them up tonight. Colonius untouched, brushed by somebody, and that's all Beanland could do. I mean, there was no way that he was getting that kick away. And again, helped there on the tackle by Grant Wilson. Stayed at home well, so a short field for Osage here, already leading 35-6.
Aiden Williams and Arrowwood in their split backfield. It's going to be Williams. Gets the give on 1st down, fighting for yardage. A big gainer of 6 or 7 on 1st down. Didn't look like a lot, but it'll do the trick.
Yeah, just the way their offensive line is controlling things right now. That is Osage. Nothing tricky here. Just running in the dive series out of that split back veer.
Not yet. Good idea, though.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the Osage front has been the stronger of the two tonight. We came in talking about Eldon, what they've been able to do defensively, but Osage's offense, they had the exact answer for what they needed on 2nd down and 3. Williams gets the carry, splits a couple of Eldon defenders, and able to get positive yardage. What could have been a loss, going to bring up 3rd down and short now.
We saw them run that play to the left earlier with about the same level of success. And by the way, we've got the 6-minute break here. Right?
So with this 6-minute break, we'll take this commercial break and be right back on Lake TV.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Back here on Lake TV with 5:55 left here in the 3rd quarter, Mike, and it's Osage with a 3rd down and 3, up 29. And for Osage, next week they'll be at California, a game they probably feel like they got a pretty good shot at, and then they'll be at Hallsville. So for Osage, they hold on here, which looks like, for all intents and purposes, Mike, they go to 3-1 and certainly be in control of their own destiny. Aiden Williams now gets the carry inside the 20, cuts back across, a little stiff arm action down to the 14-yard line. A Beck Wellness Center 1st down and a big gainer for Aiden Williams as the Indians have it inside.
Eldon just getting pushed around now. The offensive line just doing what they want. Getting to the outside, really untouched, was Aiden Williams. Wasn't able, I think that's probably the one weakness about Aiden, is he doesn't take the cutback lanes. He tries to get to the sideline every time, but hey, 13 yards, hard to argue with that.
So 1st down and 10 at the 15-yard line as the Indians have it inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone. 1st down, give to Aiden Williams. Cuts back inside now.
There it is.
Nice little stutter step, still on his feet, down to the 11, 4-yard gain, but he covered a lot of ground in the process.
I think Eldon kind of jumped the lanes to the outside and forced Aiden to have to come back inside. I think he's wanting to come out of the game now, too. He was holding his helmet kind of an odd way. That was 4, we'll say 4 yards on that pickup. So 2nd, 6 deep in Eldon territory at the 11.
These guys still taking like good fuel and stuff?
So 2nd down and 5 now inside. 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd. We'll play action. Looking for Landon Childs. Has his man, and it's a touchdown. What a throw from Maverick Trusty. And it is a strike to Landon Childs. A 10-yard pitch and catch, and the Indians once again add to their lead. What a play, and what a throw from the junior.
Well, when you're running the ball like that and they play action, well, you've got to respect it because you're getting pushed around with the running game pretty bad. And the ball laid up in the corner of the end zone perfectly.
A strike, 10-yard connection from Maverick Trusty to Landon Childs, and with 4:47 left in the 3rd, Brady Clark. Extra point is blocked, and his perfect night comes to a close, and with 5 minutes inside, 5 minutes in the 3rd, 41-6, Osage all over Eldon on Lake TV.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around, and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
Back here on Lake TV, and Lake TV's game of the week, Mike, belongs to the Osage Indians. up big 41-6. I thought they had a shot tonight, but I'm not so sure. I saw this one coming as Brady Clark boots one into the end zone for another touchback.
Yeah, and you mentioned that he missed the extra point. I don't think you can really hang that one on Brady. A high center snap, and I didn't catch the number, but an interior lineman for Eldon just basically came untouched. Brady saw the kick, had no chance, and tried to improvise something there. That doesn't work out very often, but in pretty good shape. I don't think that 1 point's going to make much difference. And William, we are in continuous clock here.
Yep, 41-6, 35-point Osage lead with, like we said, winding down to the 4-minute mark here of the third quarter, and a successful senior night for this year's Osage class. And a lot of our local teams are younger, and outside of junior quarterback Maverick Trusty, this is a senior-ridden team, Mike, being the Osage Indians.
You know, but Shannon Jolly's got good numbers out, though, and he can coach them up. If you got kids to work with.
Beanland now. Clean pocket, now going to take a shot into the flat. Has his man, that's Beckman, who has a Beck Wellness Center first down across the 30 up to about the 33 or 4 yard. No, they're going to say all the way up to the 36-yard line, so a good gainer on first down for Eldon.
Yeah, he kind of faked the run. I thought maybe Beanland had gotten above the line of scrimmage, but not the case.
So for Eldon, Mike, they're going to suffer their first loss of the season, and they'll be back in Eldon next week to play host to Hallsville.
Hallsville surprisingly down this year.
Yeah, that is a surprise, and they'll have their work cut out for them with Eldon. Pass into the flat to Beckman. A really nice ball from Evan Beanland. That's another Beck Wellness Center first down for the Mustangs up to the 49-yard line.
Beanland's good at just floating those passes to the open spot. When you've got team speed the way Eldon does, just float it out there, let Beckman run under it, as he's so capable of doing. 13 yards and another first down.
Yeah, a little bit too late here for Eldon, of course. Osage a little probably softer defensively, Mike, and got to be impressed with the way this Osage team responded to getting blown out last week against Blair Oaks, 42-0. They weren't expecting that. They were confident going into Wardsville, as Beanland now in the air, deflected twice, almost intercepted, falls incomplete. Going to bring up second down now for Eldon.
Tried the crossing pattern there and just a little too hot to handle. A little tip drill. Beautiful moon here the last couple of nights, rising in the eastern sky. Sure was pretty over the lake last night. I know that. Went outside and sat in the yard and watched it.
Yeah, you have one of the nicer lookout spots at the entire Lake of the Ozarks.
I've got a view, man. If I got nothing else, I got a view from my yard.
I'd say you got something else as well. Now, just 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Second down now is Beanland running for his life, throws across the field, and he has Devin Hardy who makes the play. Noah Stevens closes quickly, but Devin Hardy did everything right there, Mike. Came back, showed the quarterback his numbers, and a really nice pass from Beanland brings up third down and short.
Yeah, I don't know how Beanland spotted him. He's running for his life to his right. Hardy had just posted up in the middle of the field, and somehow Beanland spotted him. Hardy picks up 7 and gives, actually a little more than that, gives Eldon a chance to keep this drive alive.
So third down and short, 1:15 left here in the third quarter. Following the conclusion of tonight's game, it's our Thomas Construction postgame show. I'll talk with head coach Shannon Jolly as well as our player of the game. Beanland, lots of time, got a little too casual with it. He does get rid of it, I believe, but he takes a pretty big hit close to his own sideline as Jaden Wilkes makes the hit on the quarterback.
And again, your quarterback's in trouble. You've got 2 receivers to the far side of the field. You know that he can't throw back across the field. You've got to come back to the middle. I mean, screaming to the middle to try to help your quarterback and give him something to throw to. The one receiver he had on a fly pattern down the sideline was completely covered, didn't have a chance, and, well, 4th and 2 here for Eldon.
So they, of course, keep the offense out on the field. Beanland takes the snap, throws, has his man. Hardy brings it in. Nice catch. Great coverage by Arrowwood, but Devin Hardy brings it in for the Beck Wellness Center first down, and he is laboring once again. Nice throw from Evan Beanland, and yeah, Devin Hardy, a big-time catch. He'll get another look at it here.
Great job by the offensive line for Eldon that time to pick up a double A-gap blitz. And boy, Hardy did get tossed down pretty hard, but that's going to end the third quarter of play, 41-6. School of the Osage all over Eldon. Fourth quarter up next here on Lake TV.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
Here on Lake TV, and we start our fourth quarter of play, Mike, and as we start looking ahead at what's on Lake TV, the next couple of weeks we're going to be back in Versailles. Well, back in, but first time this season we'll be in Versailles. Of course, we had them week 2, but exciting to see what Coach Dusty Daniels is working on there, and man, they gave us a great game in week 2.
They did. They're going to have their hands full with a good Warsaw team next Friday night.
Beanland. Quick hitter, and that is hauled in. Close to first down yardage by Cody Brown.
Cody gets his second catch of the night.
So about 7 yards on first down, brings up second down and 3.
And speaking of Versailles, they're getting it handed to them tonight. Down 36-8, 4 turnovers inside their own 30-yard line in the first half. You cannot overcome. They don't have the talent level right now to overcome something like that.
So second down and short now. Ball's the 30-yard line. Evan Beanland out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to his left, throws it quickly, has his target. It's a little hook and ladder. That might have been a forward pass. No, they're going to say the knee was down. I like the idea for Eldon. Number 15. I don't have a number 15 for the Mustangs.
Colton Kuntz, maybe?
Quick one.
Oh, that's 5. That's Beckman.
Yeah, that's Jalen Beckman. And that's a good call. His knee was down, and they got fortunate because otherwise that's going to be an illegal forward pass. So Osage calls the timeout with 10:51 left in this one.
It's new, it's here, and it's now. It's the Lake Expo app. You asked for it. Now Lake Expo is bringing it. Featuring more news, more real estate, with more boating and boats for sale, and more of what's happening at the lake. The Lake Expo app is feeding your need to know. Stay connected to the lake from anywhere. The lake is always just one click away. Download the Lake Expo app today, available on the App Store and Google Play.
Back here on Lake TV, I'm William Holtz, joined by Mike Bissell, the Hall of Famer. And Mike, with just 10:51 left for Coach Shannon Jolly, he was a little cranky when we got here tonight and in the pregame. And I think hopefully tonight for our postgame interview, you think he'll be just a little bit more chipper?
I would certainly hope so for Shannon's sake.
So Beanland now steps up over the middle, deflected and almost pulled it in. Another shot there for Cody Brown, but deflected and falls incomplete. Third down and 10.
Eldon has attempted 37 passes here tonight. 37.
It's got to be a career high for Evan Beanland.
I would think so. Only 15 running plays. That isn't. And going back when Coach Jolly was at Eldon, it was usually just the opposite. I always felt bad for the wide receiver. He never got the ball thrown to him.
Yeah, I couldn't block or run, I was going to say, but I could play receiver for a Shannon Jolly team. You didn't have to do anything. Quick screen into the flat. What a play defensively.
Noah Stevens
fights off the block and gets in for the TFL. Going to bring up 3rd down and 14, a 4-yard loss. And we love number 1 for the Indians, Noah Stevens.
Yeah, he was another one of the stars who did not start, but he certainly made his presence felt here tonight. Had a couple of catches, been very good on defense. So we'll see if Versailles can come back from a debacle. Eldon's got the tough part of their schedule coming up, man. There's not many nights off in the Tri-County Conference.
No in there, Colin Brisbane to the left of Beanland. Beanland takes the snap, throws over the middle, no one home, and the official reaching for the penalty flag, but that one falls incomplete, overthrown by about 10 or 15 yards.
Andrew's not happy at all. Of a sudden, you cannot show the official up like that. They do not like that.
Yeah, so 4th down and 14 now for Eldon, and the Osage band making some noise. The clock continues to run, and it's a big win for the Indians, Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have had that lingering effect from the 42-0, and also for your younger guys getting an opportunity to step up for your starters. Not only did they respond, Drake Williams, a big game, your player of the game, but how about the seniors once they did get back in there and the way they answered from Noah Stevens and Aiden Williams? And here's Evan Beanland now steps up, and Devin Hardy makes an outstanding diving catch. It's going to be
short, though.
About 11 or 12 yards. He's going to be a little bit short of 1st down yardage, and that's going to get lost in the shuffle, but that was an unbelievable diving play. Watch this right here. Across his body, a wounded duck, and unreal on the catch down to the 13-yard line. Just not enough, but really great effort from Devin Hardy.
And that's all that Evan Beanland could do, really, with that. And kind of moving to his left in traffic, just kind of float it down there and give Hardy a chance. That kid, I've so enjoyed watching him play the last few years.
Yeah, and now Maverick Trusty in. 1st down, going to go to Aiden Williams. Little cutback, look out. Aiden Williams now off to the races across the 30, across the 40, across the 30 of the other side. He will score from 92 yards out, and now a penalty flag flies at the 40. Aiden Williams going to have a 92-yard touchdown wiped off the board.
I don't think so. I think this is going to be on an Eldon player doing something there. I don't know. We'll check and see here. I'm saying 91 yards, and I think it's, well,
illegal block in the back against Osage.
There was no reason to do that at all. And the impressive thing about here is watch Aiden Williams. I'm seeing if I can see the block. I don't see it. He pulls away from Hardy. Outweighs him by 100 pounds probably, and pulled away from him.
Yeah, unbelievable. Not really sure what happened. Our camera crew, we're rolling. We're going to get another look here, Mike, and see if the trailing players here.
Oh, I see it there.
That wasn't a block.
It was an Eldon player that pushed down the Osage player.
Oh, yeah. You just saw the tail end of it there. So they do mark it up to the 34-yard line, Mike. So we can give Aiden Williams another 26 rushing yards from the 8.
Okay, so they're actually they're saying to spot the foul, the 44. So he rushed from the 9. So like you said, 35 yards. We'll give him rushing, then a 10-yard penalty. How's that?
Very good. So 34-yard line where they spot it. Hate to see that taken off the board for Aiden Williams. His speed on full display, and he's thick, he's small to the ground, but he can move. And now Drake Williams, his brother, gets an opportunity and a great play. The ball's on the ground, and luckily for the Indians, goes out of play. Drake Williams looks a little shaken up, and that had potential on it, Mike. If he cut back, there was a hole, and now we have another timeout.
This is a 6-minute timeout. Brady Clark with a pretty good block out there. That looked like, well, actually more of a block in the back than anything we saw in the long run as it looked like Christopher Johnson got pushed from behind. This is a 6-minute timeout.
So we'll take another commercial break and be right back on Lake TV's Game of the Week.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid. Just be safe, okay?
Back here on Lake TV in time for this Aiden Williams run. And we thank all of you for tuning in and watching tonight on Lake TV. A few names been interacting with us. Debbie Carter, David Ship, Shane Matson, Nicole Bundick, Unique Holtz, my beautiful wife. Thanks for watching, baby. Raymond Lindsay, Brett Long, Darren Cotton, Dominic John, C.D. Arnold, Daisy King, Rick Brown, Lonnie Cravens, Ryan Connell, Aaron Rauer, and Nathan Shepard. Thanks for tuning in on Lake TV's Facebook feed as the ball is on the ground, and I think Eldon may have it, or did Osage get lucky?
We lost track of it there a little bit.
Eldon has it, number 11, Cody Brown, with the recovery for the Mustangs, and that's one thing going right for Eldon in on the carry.
He was fumbling it
the whole time.
Arrowwood never really secured the ball. He got the carry, picked up some yards. Shane Matson listening in, I think you said. Shane, somebody who I will owe a debt of gratitude for my entire life. Outstanding player for the Eldon Mustangs. Worked for Norm Stewart as a student assistant, I believe, for 4 years, and then took Marquette High School out of St. Louis to the Final Four.
Oh, wow. So welcome in, Coach. And tell you what, working for a guy like Norm Stewart, there's nothing to not write home about. Pretty impressive. Nice little spin move here from Beanland. Now he throws it up for grabs, and that is caught for the touchdown. What a play. It's a circus play. Cody Brown brings it in. However, there's a penalty flag on the field, roughing the passer on the defense, so the play stands a 41-yard touchdown. And how about Colin Brown coming back and making the play for Evan Beanland as we get another look at it?
Yeah, that had interception written all over it. I think we've got a couple of new kids maybe there in the backfield, that defensive backfield, that just didn't react well to that one. Carter Lynch, who we've seen a lot of good play from tonight, was back there, but just mistimed his jump a little bit. So Eldon gets on the board again. We're just changing the final score here. Osage has been in control pretty much since the first quarter with a couple long touchdown runs.
Great concentration from Cody Brown. The Indians had a defender back who jumped. Another two-point conversion attempt, and Beckman tries to get in. I believe he does for the two-point conversion. So Eldon tacks on 2 more, and your score with 4:03 left, 41-13. Osage still in control.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
That roughing the passer penalty as the 41-yard touchdown play was completed is going to be assessed on the kickoff. So Eldon will be kicking off from the Osage 45. And it looks like the hands team is on the field for Osage. They've got 9 players within 10 yards of the distance the kick must travel. And let's see if Eldon can execute the onside kick. They hit a knuckleball down the field. Takes an odd hop, but it is fielded cleanly, and the return comes out to about the 15, 17-yard line. I think that was Schreiman on the return. So let's see if Osage brings another quarterback in. Maverick Trustee's night may be over. The clock, we're not in continuous clock anymore since the lead is 27 and not 35. And I think we do have a new quarterback. I think maybe Jacob Ernst is the quarterback. No, somebody else comes in late. Let's see who is going to be running the offense here for the Osage Indians. Are going to go to 3-1 apparently. I guess Maverick is still at quarterback.
We're going to give it to Arrowwood on the delay to handoff. That was a weird-looking play. Ball's on the turf, and Eric Krantz recovers for the Mustangs. And a little garbage time, but I'll tell you what, I can promise you this. Coach Shannon Jolly not going to be real happy. That's 2 fumbles and 2 carries for Brock Arrowwood.
Yeah, a little spin move there, and he just got the ball away from his body a little bit on the spin here, and just a good defensive play too.
Yeah, Krantz was Johnny on the spot, wasted no time, reached out with that big old mitt, and as this clock continues to wind down, Eldon continues to fight. And Mike, as we start directing our attention to the rest of the weekend festivities, I start thinking about the 3-0 Missouri Tigers opening up SEC play tomorrow at home against Vanderbilt. You expect they'll have any issues against the Commodores?
Well, I hope not, because they drop in the standings again after beating a ranked team. That's not really easy to comprehend.
Quick hitter into the flat, and Landon Childs was closing quickly. Landon Childs comes in to this game with 2 interceptions on the season, leading the Indians defense. He'd love to add a cheapie here for number 3 in our Lake area is led. If you remember, Willard DeMott for the Lakers has 3, and I haven't gotten a score update in that one in a little bit. Last time I checked, now Elias has added a touchdown. They lead 21-8 in the 4th quarter, but Camdenton hanging in there, down just 13.
Yeah, against a very talented Elias team.
Beanland. Clean pocket, now that changes. Steps up in the pocket, throws across his body. Wide open target. And Jalen Beckman, of all targets, he's not normally the one who has an issue securing it, but I think it was a little behind him. And Beanland's done a nice job extending some plays, but he's always on the move, Mike, and he hasn't had time to set his feet.
Well, he could, but he'd get clobbered from behind if he did. What I've been impressed with most here by Beanland as the quarterback is the fact that he gets flushed out of the pocket and can still find the receivers. Usually that gets the brain, everything whirring a little too quick, and you start making mistakes there, but he does a great job with that.
So on 3rd down and 10, Beanland, clean pocket, rolls to his right now. Throws across his body, and that is going to be caught by Andrew Beanland, fighting for extra yards, still on his feet. Little spin move, and down to the 2-yard line. Andrew Beanland, an 18-yard Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and Eldon inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone. But how about Andrew Beanland? Not just the catch, but great second effort.
He wanted that one bad. I love that cutback move off the spin. Now Eldon goes to a bit of a wildcat here. Is that Beckman, I believe?
Yeah, Jalen Beckman takes the direct snap. Going to run it into the end zone for the score. And Eldon now pulls it to within 21, so that clock will stop. Eldon rings off a quick 13 points after 2 takeaways, and nice effort for Eldon continuing to fight. You get another look at that Andrew Beanland.
He spins back here. Normally you keep going to the outside, but he was able to spin back into traffic, and well, you're asking to take a big hit when something like that happens, but it worked out for him, and Eldon gets the payoff.
2-point conversion attempt. Beckman now. He dives in and gets the 2-point conversion. Mike, I was with you. Looked like it was closing quickly. It was a great cutback by Beckman for the 2-point conversion, and your score now, 41-22. Eldon cuts it to a 19-point game with 3:04 left.
High school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, Buckle Up, Phones Down, Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Serdike Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Back here on Lake TV, 3:04 left. Eldon set to kick it away, and don't look now, partner, but an Eldon onside kick in recovery. Quick score, we have ourselves a ball game.
What was that? The Buffalo game?
Oh, yeah.
Who was that against?
Well, we've had Eldon Osage games. Remember the one in Eldon?
Yeah.
The Colin Tam interception game?
Yeah.
Or Owen Tam.
Owen, yeah.
Rather, that one stays in and fielded there. It crossed the 30-yard line. Now comes Arrowwood, and first down and 10 with the ball at the 32-yard line as we have 2:59 left and the clock will stop.
Did you see somebody's leg fly up there? It looked like they were doing a scissors kick or something there across the way. I'm not sure. I think they were just trying to get out of the way a little bit. Yeah, under 3 minutes now. And it's slowed down quite a bit now with the continuous clock off, or we'd be done. Watch this. Somebody's leg comes up here. I don't know what happened here. Oh, there it is. There it was. It looked like he was trying to leg whip somebody, but that was just a case of trying to avoid one of his teammates, I think, more than anything else.
So with 2:59 left, Aiden Williams and Maverick Trusty in there. Leading the way in front of Aiden Williams is Colonius. Williams gets the carry. Here he goes, and Aiden Williams, night not done, across the 45 up to the 47-yard line.
Well, what a just pretty little subtle cutback move there. I tell you, the interior of Osage's offensive line has just been incredible here tonight. Well, what a great block there by Caleb Smitherman. I have called his name several times here tonight. He has been impressive, and Aiden Williams is putting up some numbers for having just played the second half of this game, and he had a 91-yarder called back on a kind of iffy call.
A run of about 3 or 4 on that one.
Keeps the clock rolling here, though. Beckman comes up and makes the tackle. So we'll see Versailles the next 2 weeks. Versailles is going to have a tough one next week. I know they're going to have a pretty good Warsaw team. Again, I saw them in their jamboree, and they've got some players for Ryan Boyer. And was he a quarterback for Warsaw back in the day? Oh boy! And apparently Versailles has had some injury issues tonight, and it's 42-8 over at El Dorado Springs.
Now
I heard a whistle there. What was that all about?
We do. So Osage calls a timeout. No, delay of game on the Indians. So a Bruce and Kelly penalty flag. Now, real quick, Mike, just want to give a shout out to our crew here on Lake TV doing such an outstanding job. Of course, the Hall of Famer, Mike Bissell, my partner here in the booth. Andrew Evans, our director of photography and technical director. Spencer Wall on instant replay. David Leatherberry with our top angle camera as the run on second down, nothing doing. And on field cam, you've seen his shots all night. Sean Kober running graphics in the truck, the great Sierra Smith. Our studio producer back home communicating with you guys on Facebook is Megan Albers as Eldon burns a timeout. Of course, our production assistant running video on the sideline. You'll see his highlights all week long, Robbie Brewer, and of course our station programmer Michelle Kitchen, our sports director, and GM Chris Schneider, as we stay right here with you. Now in Versailles the next couple of weeks, the Tigers will be 1-3. We look around, looks like Osage gonna move to 3-1. Eldon falls to 3-1, and for Camdenton, they're down by a couple of scores late in the fourth against Elias. Looks like they fall to 2-2. So as you look at the Lake area schools, Osage and Eldon, the two that right now have the winning records, and of these two teams, if tonight's any indication, Osage would be the local Lake area team that we should take the most seriously. And if those scores that we've seen hold up, do you agree with that assessment?
Wholeheartedly. You know, I think you just got to throw Blair Oaks out. I mean, that's playing Blair Oaks for one thing is always going to be tough. But when you play them after they've gotten their tails kicked by 30 points, you had to know they were going to come out with a chip on their shoulder.
Sure. Carry here is up the middle, number 36 for the Indians, Parker Bird, the sophomore. And of course, we had a couple of really solid efforts tonight. Jason Colonius had a couple of sacks, the big touchdown run, a couple of tackles for a loss. But if it were up to me, Drake Williams, the junior, would be our player of the game. Of course, a minute 18 left here. We'll take a commercial break. Mike will finish up the fourth quarter, and I'll be right back with you guys for our Thomas Construction post-game show when we return on Lake TV.
Polylift boat lifts, preferred by boaters everywhere. Award-winning construction and unmatched service makes Polylift the go-to boat lift for Lake of the Ozarks. Generations of this boat lift family building the best boat lifts possible. And the next generation is poised and ready to take Polylift into the future. The most trusted solution for protecting your watercraft is Polylift. You know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Back once again at School of the Osage out here on Highway 42. Eldon playing out the string using their timeouts, and it's going to be fourth at about 7 for Osage as they had the ball spotted on their own 49-yard line. And let's see if they want to punt the ball out. One would think that would be the play here. The officials are signaling something up. I couldn't tell what they were going for. Were they wanting to change the time possibly? 4th and 7, and unless they drop the quarterback, they're wanting something different on the board, but I don't understand what the hand signals are about. It is 4th and 7, play clock at 25. They've not started it, so, and the game clock won't start either. Now they pump the play clock. And Eldon jumps into the neutral zone. So having a little trouble getting this one wrapped up. Well, Versailles has fallen here tonight on the road at El Dorado Springs, and apparently they've had a couple of injuries too, so we'll have to check in on that next Friday night. That will be our broadcast. Will's making his way down to the field to talk it over with Shannon Jolly after this game. Camdenton played a very, very good Elias team tough here tonight. And he just checked, and Versailles turned it over once again. That's at least 5. Ouch. 4th and 2 after the penalty. Maverick throws the out, caught out there by Jacob Ernst. And that's plenty for the first down. They'll stop the clock momentarily on the first down. Ernst, his first catch. And that's good for about 9 yards. Only 2 passes attempted in the second half. Both have been completed. Childs had one for a touchdown. Clock restarted as we approach the 1-minute mark. Time left in this game. And I'll try to get the stats added up here as quickly as I can. We'll go victory formation, so maybe I can cheat and get a little adding done here if the officials do a good job. Hey, talking about the staff here tonight working in this heat. I mean, it's September 20th. You expect to get a little bit of a break in the heat, but it's been miserably hot. So great job to the crew under not the most ideal conditions. Fortunately, looks like the forecast is going to cool us down a little bit next week. Maybe it'll be in the 60s or even topping out in the low 70s. I hate to give that to Trusty, give him some running plays that really don't go anywhere. And I think that's going to be it. That's going to wrap the game up with the victory formation, a couple of kneel downs by Maverick Trusty, the junior. And School of the Osage gets the win here tonight in convincing fashion, 41-22 over Eldon. Both teams now at 3-1, and both teams still a lot of work to do in the Tri-County Conference. And like I said earlier, there's not many nights off in the conference. The clock reaches 3 zeros, and that's going to wrap it up. We'll come back with the stats in our post-game show in just a moment here on Lake TV.
Hi, I'm Chad Nugent, owner of Thomas Construction, where we turn your vision into your dream home or your needs into reality for your business. We specialize in tailoring designs that are as unique and individual as our clients. From concept to creation, our licensed architect can handle it all with our in-house design service. We're not intimidated by challenges. Instead, we offer resourceful solutions. Experience the art of quality custom craftsmanship with Thomas Construction.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Hi, honey. It's your mom. I know you're probably working, but I just saw on the news that 3 people die in car crashes every day in Missouri. I just think about you driving around and it makes me so worried. So buckle your seatbelt, don't look at your phone, and don't speed. And I know you know this, but please always drive sober. You're a good kid, just be safe, okay? Mom loves you. Okay, bye.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The pure joy of a kid getting ready to go on the lake. Get lake ready and leave the heavy lifting to the compact frame of Kubota's powerful utility vehicle. Accelerate with Kubota's Sidekick to blur the line between work and fun. Available in orange, black, and camo. Visit your local Kubota Crown Power and Equipment dealership today. Passion, power, performance. crown-power.com.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks. 50 years strong.
It's time for the Thomas Construction Postgame Show. Thomas Construction, your hometown Lake of the Ozarks builder since 1975. Now back to Will and Mike.
Back here on Lake TV, our Thomas Construction postgame show. Coach Jolly, you guys get the job done. Overall, what was your message to your team?
Just at the end, I didn't think we executed very well at the end. We tried to sub some guys in transition. We're always trying to get better at the end of the games, and I was a little disappointed about that. That was the message at the end. We'll talk more in there, but I'm proud of them. We had some guys really open it up tonight and put their foot on the gas, and that was the challenge that was put out.
Defensively, you guys really controlled the point of attack on the defensive line. Talk about your guys up front, Coach.
Just, you know, it's just those guys are in good shape and they just keep bringing it. I think once they start understanding that it's just going to take a little bit. Sometimes you got to get the rhythm of what's going on up front and kind of get timing and stuff, even in the trenches. So I think once they found out what we were doing and kind of how we wanted to do it, I think it got better.
Coach, I know you had some guys that had to be spelt for a little bit, sending a message. How about some of the young guys? Drake Williams stepping in at tailback.
Hey,
First
Drake,
couple of touches.
Come here, Drake.
He was going to be.
Get an interview. Get in there, Drake. Get him in there. Listen.
All right.
We can't have an interview without Drake, right? Go ahead.
Every time Lake TV's here, it seems like Drake Williams is our player of the game. Tonight, 2 of your first 4 touches go to the house. How'd you do it, my man?
It's really about the team, and I had some really good blocks. That my team had a great effort, and I just finished the job. Took it to the house.
All right, man, I'll tell you what, that next level speed you bring to the table is unbelievable. 80 yards on your first touch. Take me through what was going through your mind as you were going around the edge. I know that was a long way away from the end zone, but you looked like you were ready.
Yes, sir. I ran around the edge. I was like, I'm just going to take it outside, even though Coach Jolly says, do not bounce it. I decided to bounce it, and I was just like, I'm just going to keep going. And I just ran all the way in.
Bounce and score.
Yeah, I'm going to bounce and score.
Get out of here with what you got? You got anything
That's
else?
our player of the game, Drake Williams. But for you, Coach, this is a really special group. I know you guys had some things take place. You sent a message to your boys at 3-1. Where do you see this team going here the next couple of weeks?
To win out. Our goal is to win out. That's what we're talking about. We want to win every game going out of here. And we got to do great things in order to do that. We understand in our district, we have to have one loss or maybe two if we want to host a playoff game or a Week 10 game. That's the goal. So winning out is what we've been talking about. So anything less is going to be disappointing.
I want to talk about the senior, Jason Colonius. He does it on both sides of the football. He was in the opposing backfield all night, plus the 35-yard touchdown run. What's that senior mean to your ball club?
He's just a different dude, man. He's a grinder, and he appreciates the process. Jason likes to work. He's always here early. You know, he works all the time for his dad. He does it. That's what he is. He's a grinder and a worker, and he's just a blue-collar dude, and that's what we're looking for. I mean, some of the hits he made tonight, I wouldn't have wanted to have any part of it. So it's nice when you have a dude like that on your team, and he's ours.
I know everybody gets to see this guy's all business, but now I know you guys got things to do tomorrow. But what people want to know at home is, what has the Jolly family got going on this weekend?
We got acting in Jeff City. We got volleyball here. We got some yards to mow. I mean, it's all good. After wins, the weekend sure is a lot better.
That is Shannon Jolly, Osage head coach. Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win, buddy.
Appreciate it.
We're going to hang with you here on our Thomas Construction post-game show. Our player of the game, again, the junior, Drake Williams. He had a big game rushing the football, over 100 yards. Our buckle up, phones down, player of the game, brought to you by the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety. 4 simple steps, my friends. Phones down, buckle up, slow down, and drive sober. These simple decisions will help save lives. From Lake TV here at School of the Osage, I'm William Holtz. It's the Osage Indians winning big tonight in senior night over the Eldon Mustangs by a score of 41-22 to improve the record to 3-1. Again, for Lake TV, I'm William Holtz. For our incredible crew from School of the Osage, that's going to do it tonight. Until next week, my friends, good night and God bless.
Take Lake TV with you wherever you go. Watch Lake TV on demand on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV.
High school football on Lake TV is presented by Polylift Boat Lifts. Also brought to you by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, Thomas Construction, Price and Randall Injury Attorneys, Beck Wellness Center, Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, Buckle Up, Phones Down, Crown Power and Equipment, Grand Collision Center, the Bruce and Kelly Team, Ozark Homes, Serdike Yamaha, LOZ app, LakeExpo.com, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.